Parenting in a Pandemic, powered by the Chicagoland Mom Squad, hosted by me, Tennille Jackson. Today's guest will be Beulah McLeod. We know her and love her first and foremost here at What's in It for the Black People Media. We also know her and love her in the Chicagoland Mom Squad. Her life's work has been about leveling the playing field so that no matter what a child's zip code or economic status might be, he or she would have access to high quality education. What principles and values have been the most important for you when it comes to raising your daughter?
First of all, consistency, discipline, boundaries, with a lot of love, right? So from the time Asia was young, like she had a bedtime.
We would say that again out loud for the people in the back.
She had a bedtime. And no matter, it's interesting because my ex-husband and I have been divorced for like over a decade now, but we tried as much as possible to kind of mirror each other in terms of routines and habits, right? Okay. So if she had a bedtime at my house, she had a bedtime at his house. We tried to do that in tandem. Exposure is key. So exposing her to as many things as possible, as many opportunities as possible, allowing her to explore as many of her interests as she wanted to. And I think that's paid off because she's a creative child who now, and you know that she started her own business during the pandemic and just found really creative ways to keep going. So I think it's important that if children have interests, that you allow them to explore them because you never know where they're going to end up or what they'll land on. And she laughs to this day and is like, Mommy, thank you so much for just letting me try different things.
Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at The Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at The Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning.
Our Attorney General, Kwame Raoul.
I have reached out to the Hospital Association and the Med Society to talk about how proactively we can talk about implicit bias in healthcare and begin to address the situation system-wide, because I've also simultaneously directed my civil rights team to begin to look at that and look at ways that it may have manifested itself. We've done so historically with regards to the nursing home industry, where you've had some nursing home owners that staff disparately. So if they're in a black community, they won't have much staff as they will in a white community. We've taken that on from a civil rights standpoint, and we're prepared to take on other instances of implicit bias in healthcare.
Utilizing your office to investigate civil rights and healthcare as a civil rights issue. That's actually pretty powerful, and it demonstrates how we have to be working in coordinated efforts with our elected officials in places and positions of power.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the green side of things. It's your man, Sadiq.
And Cassiopeia.
And we need you to like,
comment,
and share
that thing
every Tuesday and Thursday from 1
to 3 p.m. on
What's in It for the Black People Media.
The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out chicagolegalnetwork.com for more information, or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
That's why we shine wherever we go. We shine wherever we go. We shine. shine wherever
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning.
Live on the line, we have the newly appointed State Senator Doris Turner. Welcome to the Mace Jackson
Welcome
Show.
to the
How are
mind
you,
of a pothead.
Senator Turner?
Good morning, good morning,
On my
good
head,
morning.
see a
I
young
really
nigga
feel like
got
I have
this.
a
Won't give a
ride
fuck
now that
what
I'm
the
on the
cops
Mace
say.
Jackson Show.
I'm living the limits.
Never thought of that.
So
You
even
know,
when I
in
die, I am
every
not
office
dead.
that I have
Nigga, I am
held, I
not
served
dead.
10 years on the Sangamon County
Fuck
Board,
with me.
then I served 2.5 terms council. And in each one of those positions, I have never represented a district that was a majority district. But every day I've gone to work to ensure that African Americans in those districts receive equitable treatment and that the legislation that I pushed was beneficial to the entire district, but beneficial to the African Americans that lived in that district, because these are people that for too long have not had a voice. When I was there and I was their voice, I wanted to make sure that everything that I did was going to move my community forward. And that's always been first and foremost in my mind, and that will continue to happen. If you look at ordinances and legislation that I have championed, drafted, and passed, you will see that thread running through there. Everything that happened with the legalization of cannabis in Springfield, I led that and came out of that with a lot of successes. And one of the things that I am most proud of that came out of that was we put the 3% municipal tax on there, but 1.5% of that money will always go to a very specific area of Springfield that is the heart of the East Side.
You mentioned cannabis, but what we've seen is that there has been no access to cannabis for black folks.
We've had to go back and do 2 fixes already. I think that everyone knew that that was going to happen. But, going forward, it's one of those things that, when you know what you know, there'll be more eyes and ears on a lot of things. So I am very committed to that.
Mace Jackson. Mace Jackson.
Joined by Dartisha Pitts, Esquire. I asked you to join us on the Book of Dawn because you are that girl. And I wish more of us did take the time to honor each other as women and successful women, because our unity, I truly believe that. Dartisha Pitts serves as the General Counsel for the Office of the Illinois Lieutenant Governor. In 2017-18, she served as the President of the Cook County Bar Association.
Becoming an attorney was almost default. I think it was more so a personality thing. I always wanted to advocate for those who couldn't advocate for themselves. And growing up, I would get in trouble for that. Because my mom, be like, look, they're not even talking and you talking, you be quiet. I kind of almost felt the injustice for others, sometimes even more than I feel the injustice for myself. I would say in high school, I was the sophomore class president. So I've always taken leadership positions to push the voice of my colleagues. I'm also from the South Side. I've seen so many injustices that I always felt like our community, our families, where do you go? I've seen and been victim of from family where you've been victim of a slumlord. How do you address and get a remedy in that situation? I grew up in an environment where the police would be in the community and you would see the police harass those on the block for no reason. How do you get a remedy? Everybody talked about a lawyer, but nobody knew how to access one directly. And I think that was my drive to continue to be an advocate. I didn't know it was going to be a lawyer, though.
You apply and get accepted at Northern Illinois College of Law. Did you go directly after undergrad to law school?
No, I actually, right after undergrad, I moved to Washington, D.C., to work at a international law firm, Skadden Arps, Slate, Marr & Flom, in their corporate section. And I was a legal assistant for a year. When I got there and I realized how much I was making and how much those attorneys were making, who did go straight through, they weren't that much older than me, that influenced my law school trajectory. But I realized that although they did well, the type of work was not meaningful and purposeful enough for me. I wanted to be connected to the community. So I came back home and went to law school. I took 2 years out in between undergrad and law school.
And you not only complete as many do, but you actually then take and pass the bar. Because that's the tricky piece. Lots
on the first try.
There you go. A full anomaly right there. And I think it discourages some potential students or people from going into law because that bar exam is, first of all, not easy to pass on the third try, but for somebody to pass it on the first try is indeed confirmation that you were doing what you were supposed to do.
Yep.
The Book of Dawn, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on What's In It for the Black People Media.
WIFTBPN. Live from What's In It for the Black Media Studio. You're listening to I Said What I Said.
Wait, what did you say?
I said you're listening to I Said What I Said.
I just said that.
I know you just said that.
That's what I just said.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Exactly what he just said.
With Herb Howard and Toussaint Werner.
That's about one of the nicest things you've ever said.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Great afternoon to you, wonderful people. Welcome to this Monday edition of I Said What I Said. We are live from inside the What's In It for the Black People Media Studios alongside Toussaint Werner. My name is Herb Howard. This is I Said What I Said. Each and every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m., we get together right here and we discuss issues that are currently impacting the black community, how those issues impact us as a collective, but also how they impact us as individuals. And along with your help, we talk through many of those issues in hopes of finding the optimum solutions for overcoming said issues. Again, overcome them as individuals, but perhaps more importantly, overcome them as a collective. Thank y'all so very, very much for not only choosing to be a part of the conversation today, but for being patient with us as we are experiencing a couple of different technical difficulties going on here in the studio. What is the truth, Sco? What's the truth?
We had to go pick you up from the airport. Two wanted to walk out.
See what I'm saying? Just all cap. Just all cap. Nobody.
I don't know why y'all wanted to.
Right. Not all cap. Half cap. Y'all didn't have to come pick me up from the airport. I was gonna say, see what happens when I'm not here. All right. See what when I leave for a couple days and I come back and nothing works. So that's the narrative that I'm going to stick with. We patched together some things, and so we will see how it goes over the next 2.5 hours. But again, thank y'all so very, very much for choosing to be a part of this conversation. As always, your input is valued. It is certainly appreciated. Anything you want to add to the conversation, feel free to do so, and we will read through as many of your comments as possible while we go through the show. We would kindly ask that you please take a quick second to share the broadcast. Share it on your personal page. Share it even within your personal network. Absolutely anyone that you think would add value to this conversation or find value in this conversation, we welcome them to be a part of the discussion because we think the more like-minded individuals that we can get to be a part of it, the better the opportunities we have of finding those aforementioned solutions. So please, if you will, share the broadcast or at least tell somebody that we got it up and running and we did start the show. Again, this is I Said What I Said. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. My name is Herb. His name is Two. Good to see you, my brother.
What's up, family? You look refreshed and tanned and shit.
My brother, I am tired, okay? I am what you call tired. Trying to function on 2 time zones is a bit of a challenge. It is a bit of a challenge because just physically, right? Your body clock is set on one thing, and so I'm still getting up early. I'm getting up at the number of time I would get up in Chicago, except that's 2 hours earlier. So I'm up at like 4:00 in the morning out there, like just staring. Like it's just
call me up. I'm up.
Yeah, that's true. But I was trying to go back to sleep. Wait.
You regularly wake up at 6?
Yeah, I don't sleep that often.
Then why your ass late for everything?
I'm not late. You've never seen me late. I'm the world's best procrastinator.
Right, you show up exactly on time.
Yes, I show up right on time every time. I should do better at that. I really should do better at that. But I've gotten so good at procrastinating that even when I give myself ample time, I still kind of just sit around I
don't really have anything to do right now.
It's the absolute minimum amount of time I need to get to this thing. And that is just kind of how I move. It's a terrible, terrible habit of mine that I am trying to break unsuccessfully.
More importantly, where's my gift?
Where's your gift?
What I get?
Let's check in with Sco. Sco, your camera up in there? I don't see it on here, so it must not be up in there.
It could get on.
How you be turning it off?
To conserve
You ain't trying.
At work.
You ain't trying to
I'm
be
the
seen.
boss.
You ain't trying to be seen by the people.
We the bosses.
You trying to leave me?
You ain't trying to be seen
What I
by
gotta
the
do to
peeps.
keep you?
Whether you're trying to be seen or not, how you feeling? It's always good to see you on a Monday.
I'm feeling great.
Yeah?
I missed everybody over the weekend, so I love Mondays.
Yeah. Good to see you. Glad you are back here doing what you do better than anybody else. But yeah, man, I am tired. I don't know what rub and tug refreshed means, but K Still is absolutely hilarious. Yeah, man, no, that time zone thing is a thing. And then, you know, I flew back in this morning, and my flight was like, I think I left at like 5:20 this morning or 6:20, something. I don't even know what time I left this morning, but it was early. It was very, very dark when I was on my way to the airport in Cali. But anyway, it is what it is, man. I'm doing well. I didn't do much in LA. I was really just chilling. I was really just chilling. I had a couple things I needed to take care of, and I certainly had some things that I enjoyed as well. But I didn't do much, man. Definitely enjoyed it though. But good to be back, man.
That's the whole purpose of a vacation, man. Not to do shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know.
I did a lot of not doing shit, man. I told you on Friday, I think I told you on Friday that there were these God bless you. Mythical Sky Daddy bless too.
Amen. Amen.
Right?
It's amen. No, let me stop.
I got a joke about that. I'll tell you in a minute. Anyway, I told you there were seals like right outside my room, G. And so I would hear them like in the morning, they just up and getting busy. And then the sun come out, you can see them. They jumping on back of people's boats and hopping in the water, or they jump up on the actual little the pier and just hang out there. That was kind of cool. So I did, go down there on the water and kind of watch this one seal just sunbathe for a long ass time. Like super lazy, super chill. Like y'all need to walk around me, fam. I'm cooling right here. Wow, Skull.
Skull is prepared for everything.
I'm telling you. That's dope. That is why she is the very best at what she does. But yeah, other than that,
listen, he can learn a few things.
Ron. Other than that, man, yeah, it was chill. Took care of some things, and got some things on the horizon. I think I'm going to. I guess I can announce this. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I should be. Whatever. Who gonna check me? I'm gonna do something for the game next Saturday.
The game.
The rapper.
The rapper game.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. I'm gonna do something for him on Saturday. But yeah, it was cool. I bumped into Dave East in my hotel.
Dave was dope.
Yeah,
I like Dave.
Bumped into Dave East in my hotel.
Should have invited him on the show.
Yeah, I should have.
You should have.
I should have. I was just walking out, and then I was walking in, and as I was walking in, he was walking out. I'm like, this dude. At first, it was the face tats, and I'm like, you know what I mean?
You got to be a rapper
like,
because you couldn't get a regular job.
And then, yeah, and plus, everybody who looked like us
was a rapper.
At where I was
a rapper.
Yeah, yeah. It was a thing. It was a thing. The parking lot, the whole valet thing, Bentley this, Rolls Royce that, Lambo this, Rari that. Like that was the whole, every single car in the thing.
Everybody vying for position, G.
And it was like the other cars, we'll move them to the garage. The garage cars were BMWs, Mercedes, Teslas,
But these out here sell the image and the brand.
Bentleys and the Rolls Royces we keep in the front. But it was cool, man. I definitely had a good time. Had a very gracious host, and it was dope. Shout out to LA, man. I got to get out there more often in the winter. I don't think I've been out there in like a couple years, maybe like either 2 or 3 years. I ain't been out there, but yeah, I don't know why I be in Chicago in the wintertime.
Because you live here.
Yeah, but I shouldn't though. That's what I'm saying. My point is that I should not. Okay.
Seasonal depression.
I mean,
I still love the city, even in the winter, man. Big Coast is dope too. It just depends.
No, I love Chicago. It's my favorite place in the world. But just from October to April, another place will do. You know what I mean? Like yesterday, I was out, had on shorts. You know what I'm saying? Just cooling. had to go hit the hood, man. So, I told y'all before that, every time I'm out of town, I'll do the same 5 things. Like, I do the same 5 things every time I'm out of town. I want to see the dopest neighborhoods, which I got a chance to do. Roll through the mountains in like Calabasas. Yo.
Big money.
Yo. Okay.
Sexy Dexter.
Some cribs on that. Some cribs on those hills. Fam.
Next level.
Fam.
I know. Last time I was in LA in what? Just maybe October or something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And for me, it was like the first time I kind of like just got a car.
Yeah.
And did it by myself.
Yeah.
And that was probably the most fun I had in LA ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I got to be by myself.
Yeah, exactly. being by yourself. Being by yourself is dope.
And being by yourself.
I feel that right in my heart.
Fucking awesome sometimes.
I fuck with me. I'm pretty cool.
I like my company.
I like myself.
I kind of dig me, you know what I'm saying?
Cool dude.
Yeah. Kick it with me, you know what I'm saying?
Kick it with me. It's a cool thing, man. I definitely pulled up in South Central, definitely pulled up on 59th and 5th Ave, had to go touch down on the soil of the god
Nip Hustle.
Nipsey Hussle, man. Had to go touch down and show my respects to Nip, man. So I pulled up on his grandma block on 59th and 5th Ave. And I just hopped out because, it's just me. And I just hopped out and just walked around. So I saw like 10, 15 dudes just standing out there. So I just got out the car, I just like walked through where they was at, and I just waited for one of them to say something to me. And they did. I'm like, what's good? Like, nothing. And they like, what's good with you? Shit, just cooling. And so it's one of those places where everybody kind of like understands like who around here. And I had on the reddest gym shoes ever, right? All in the neighborhood, in the Rolling 60s neighborhood crib set. So like I got on the reddest gym shoes ever, which I understood was not the best thing, but I also understood that real nigga energy translates. And so like as long as I wasn't coming with that kind of energy, it was gonna be, with no bad energy, that we was gonna be okay. And so, we talked, and I just chopped it up with them for, I don't know, good little while. You know what I'm saying? I just hung out on the block for, 20, 30 minutes. I ain't stayed out there too long. Just hung out on the block, talking with some OGs and some young cats too. Just talking, and they decided to, they found out I'm from Chicago, do want to give me his Chicago history. Oh, my mama from Chicago. I was in Cabrini Green when I was 15 and yada, yada, yada. I'm 52, but, but it was cool. It was cool. They showed me which house Nipsey grandma was, which house was Nip's grandma's. And, it was real cool. And then around the corner is where Slauson and Crenshaw is at, where the Marathon store and all of that. And it's blocked off. You can't get in the parking lot no more. But all the murals are still out there. People still out there. It's super, super busy and all that. And
when did it pass? You remember?
Yeah, absolutely. It was 2019. It was January. It was March 31st, 2019.
It was my birthday. I had an axe throwing party, and then we went to a hookah lounge, and all of a sudden I see everybody with some faces on, and I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
So it's March 13th?
March 31st.
March 31st?
2019.
I remember that.
So I must have went to LA in like May then too, of last year. And when I went to LA, like the store was still, the signage and stuff was all still up, but the whole joint was still blocked off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Little known Black history fact. When Nip passed away, man, I did a painting, portrait of Nip.
Yes, you did.
And it's the one that hangs in his mama's house.
Yeah.
So his mom reached out to me, and we had a conversation. Then I went to L.A., and I met with her when I went down there. And I was down there for some other business, too, but that was part of it because I was trying to engage her in doing this other kind of project.
Yeah.
But on some transitional stuff, like to talk about, since you brought up Nip, I don't know if you got the chance to see this new FX documentary they got about it's not about Nip per se, but it's about the impact of the underworld in regards to in hip hop.
Okay.
And it's produced by Big U, who's another LA cat. And they got Big U on it. They got Haitian Jack, the guy that was supposedly killed.
Why BT trying to get me killed in South Central?
Who?
Brandon. He said you should have just told them you was
bullying cuz.
Just bullying cuz.
But yeah, so it's produced by Big U. They got Haitian Jack on there. They got Deb Antony, Waka Flocka's mom. They have the dude from Detroit, Trick.
Yeah.
And I think it's one other.
And probably probably Prince, Jay Prince?
No, Bimmy, this cat Bimmy from New York from Supreme team.
Okay.
And the other, well, I've been watching the show. The show is a good show, first of all, because it kind of breaks down how them kind of characters really play into the professional world of hip hop.
Yeah.
And how many people they've elevated, but then they kind of get dookied on in the process.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're supposed to be, I haven't seen every episode, but they're supposed to be discussing the Chicago drill.
Kind of says hip hop undercover.
Yeah, hip hop undercover. And they're supposed to be having a conversation around the Chicago drill scene and the violence in hip hop, specifically the violence in Chicago hip hop.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting because you got Trick
Haitian Jack
representing Detroit. You got Haitian Jack representing New York.
Mm-hmm.
You got Big U representing Chicago. I've done some business with Big U in the past too. I mean, Big U representing LA. I'm sorry. And Bimmy, New York.
Deb, Gino put them all in the chat.
Yeah. But when they, I haven't seen the episode on the Chicago drill scene. I'm interested in seeing what they got to say, but I'm also kind of perturbed that they're the voices talking about the Chicago drill scene or the Chicago violence scene, because I don't think it's the same. Even in listening to their stories about their own cities in their own conversations, it's not the same. So who gives you the right to be the voice of what's happening in our city? Right, so I mean, if it's gonna be a series, why not look to some of those cats that represent who they are in their cities?
Yeah,
because we got
Makes
them
sense.
cats too.
Yeah,
You know
absolutely,
what I mean?
absolutely.
Why have our conversation with people who ain't involved in our conversation?
Right.
That's all. I just thought that was kind of interesting.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing. But nah, it was definitely cool, man. Chopped it up with a dude, older cat named Cowboy. Old Rolling 60s Crip named Cowboy.
His Nip boy.
Right, he's Nip's boy, and it's a video that I've seen I probably seen it a couple years ago of him like just checking this shorty that was just shorty was trying to tag the building with all this Crip stuff and all this blood killer stuff, and dude like, why you on why you want me on doing that? Like where you from? And dude couldn't really answer all the questions. He's like, so you gonna kick something off about something you ain't even involved in. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's a really, really dope video how he was just giving them game. And so when I saw him out there, he was just out on Crenshaw and Slauson. He was just out there, and just chopped it up with him. They got a little barbecue spot out there that had a line wrapped around the building. I wanted to try it. It smelled good, but I haven't been eating that way, so I didn't really rock with it. But we were just standing out there in the parking lot, just chopping it up. But no, it was cool, man. It was cool. It was cool. Appreciated the love. It was good energy. Everybody was definitely about this color thing, which is weird to me being in Chicago. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I guess it was a time where we kind of played that thing, or you might play with like shoestrings or little subtle things like that. But like they like everybody's like, fam, like, fam, what's up with? But everybody else has got like blue shoes and like blue this, blue that, and Pendletons, and you know, I'm like, oh, I got it, fam. You know,
So like I said, I
shoes,
did
though.
some business with Big U before.
Yeah.
Right. LA is like, even on the so the shit I was doing with Big U and them was some street stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And I got connected through some of my homies here on some street stuff.
Yeah.
And it's interesting having conversations with them cats because they legitimately are like eons, and it's not even a diss, but they are like eons behind us in regards to like how they move. You know what I mean? But in the same vein, they're eons in front of us in regards to opportunities. And I mean that in the sense like they've been able, because they're in the entertainment capital, specifically the filmmaking entertainment capital, and you know how black people gravitate to entertainment, they've been able to leverage that street power into economic opportunities on the grounds. But in regards to like how they think, I think it's interesting when I always communicate with them cats versus communicating with my peers here who rock in that world. Like it's different. You know what I mean? It's very different. And they just seem like they way behind, man. They way behind. Like, you know, when you think about the Great Migration to Chicago and you think about how people came up here from, you know, the South, and that's really the same thing with L.A. cats in a lot of ways. But I think that the racism in L.A. is so different.
Yeah.
Even though Chicago is like paramount.
Yeah.
Black people here in Chicago was able to create pathways through industry. Right, at least for a little while. You know, for a long time, Chicago was like black mecca. In regards to like black wealth, I think Chicago is still like number one, really, in regards to what it made. You know what I mean? When you think about all the pioneers of black life and industry, Chicago was kind of the capital of that. And LA being an entertainment town, we still ain't really made headway in movies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just the industry ain't the same. And Chicago has a balanced industry breakdown. I think it's like a balance of like 12 or 15 industries in Chicago, whereas LA is like entertainment or nothing. So those people was really locked out. And I think that aids in how far behind in regards to just like, and it sounds terrible to say in intellect, but it's different.
No, it definitely is different. I feel you on that piece, like wholeheartedly. Just in some of the interactions you can feel it, but it just also in some of the big picture stuff you can kind of see it. But nonetheless, LA is dope, and kind of moving around it was dope, and seeing all the different stuff. Q, I saw you. I came back with my shoes, man. Q, I'm from the South Side of Chicago, bro. Like it didn't.
On Larry.
It didn't mean nothing to me to be in South Central, other than the fact that I was just wanted to show some love to Nip while I was there. And plus, everywhere I go to the best neighborhoods. I go to what other people would deem the worst neighborhoods. I want to eat food that is that town or city or region is known for, and I want to do some of the obligatory tourist stuff. I want to hit a strip club, and then I'm ready to go. Those are the 5 things I do in every city. I did not go to a strip club while I was in LA.
You ain't missed that.
This wasn't the time. Yeah, I know. It's not a strip club town.
Not at all. That would have been Barbies and plastic.
Yeah, this just ain't the time to be at a strip club anyway. But it's not a strip club town. But definitely came back with my. In fact, I have them on. I got them on. I got them on. Okay, still got my shoes. All right, still got my shoes, and I'm still pretty. Nobody touched me. It was good. No, it was love, man. They showed a bunch of love. It was all love. It was all love. We had some dope interactions, but anywho, I am definitely.
The LA gang scene could be attributed to the Chicago gang scene.
I think all gang scenes can be attributed to the Chicago gang.
But legitimately, like the Crips down there was started by a dude from 63rd Street here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Chicago is like I don't know, it's interesting. Even in regards to those kind of conversations, like I don't want to say we don't get the credit because I don't know if that's something you should be vying for credit for. But our impact on the world is undeniable, specifically Black America.
Chicago is a gangster city.
But I keep saying this is Black America, this is Black Mecca. You know what I mean? And almost everything that's in America that's come out of this culture in probably the last 80 years of value, or maybe last 100 years of real Black value is really, maybe that sounds terrible too, because maybe the Crips isn't really Black value. I don't know. I guess it just depends on perspective.
I mean, yeah, I feel it.
But that's all Chicago shit, man. Chicago is
Mecca.
Yeah, absolutely. 63rd Street, G.
Yeah. That's what's up. No, I didn't know that, but I know that Chicago is a gangster city. And not even just in the Black community, just in general. Like from the streets to City Hall, Chicago is a gangster city. It's an organized city in that way, and it's just kind of how everything moves.
But even the Bloods and the Red, T. Rogers was one of the Stones. Took it all the way down there, made him the king of it. You know what I'm saying?
And then it jumped coast, and now you got all these Bloods and Crips on the East Coast. You even have a neighborhood Crip set in Jersey, which is weird to me, right? All these dudes in Jersey, I'm a neighborhood Crip, and it's like, yeah, but it's a set in South Central, fam. Like if y'all could be Crip, why y'all gotta whatever, do your thing. But I guess somebody moved, took it, and a lot of these crossovers or transitions or whatever you want to call it, takeovers or whatever happened in the federal prison system too. And so cats get back home, and now you've been in the feds 10, 15 years, and you bring West Coast Crip into the East Coast or whatever it is. So that's kind of how that thing kind of manifests and matriculates itself around. But anyway, it was dope. I didn't really see no blood sets. But I only went to South Central. I only went to the Rolling 60s. I went to 60th Street on purpose. So I don't, I'm sure the Bloods were not far because
Crips is big
around the corner. Yeah,
like
sure.
they dominate LA, but still, I just thought that was interesting when you bring in T. Rogers to the conversation as being the founder of the Crips set, and he is 63rd Street dude.
Yeah.
I always thought that was funny to me.
I just like blue better than I like red.
Yeah,
just kind of.
It is what it is.
Although I like the right better than I like the left.
Hey,
it's a bit
LA
of a
is dope
contradiction.
though, man. I've been to LA a bunch of times, and I've always been like, man, this place is ass. Right? I ain't gonna lie. I've never liked LA because I just don't like that kind of energy a lot of times like that.
Yeah.
Hollywood celebrity, I'm the shit energy.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know what I mean?
It's weird.
You're goofy. Get your ass out of here, fam.
It's weird.
It's different. But you know, the last couple times I've been there, like, man, I can appreciate this.
I was sitting down having lunch yesterday. A dude from my grammar school walked up to me, and you know, got on his mask and all that, and he's like, "Yo, you from Chicago?" And I'm like,
"How you know?"
Right? Like, who's asking, fam? Like, he like, but then he goes further with this interview. He was like,
"You from over east?"
He's like, "You went to Bryn Mawr?" And I was like, "Yo, you wild." He's like, "Your name?" He's like, "Your name Herbert?" And I was like,
"Herbie."
I'm like, fam, what's your name? Okay, let's get past all the rest of this crap that you asking. Let's cut this interview short.
Sadiq is on your ass. He was like, "Lunch. What'd you eat?"
I ate
a bacon sandwich.
No, I don't know what Pinkies is. I saw that in the comments. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Hot dogs, I think.
LA is the place for plant-based shit though. Like they got those kind of restaurants on every corner. Like we got, McDonald's.
Yeah, I was at a place called Baja Sharkies for lunch yesterday. It's down on like Hermosa Beach. And anyway, yeah, Devin, that's my name. Have a good time with that. And so I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there eating. I had a burrito. Is what I'm trying to tell you, Sadiq. I had a beef burrito with fried cheese on the top of it, like crusted hard cheese. But what is it, birria? Is that how you say it, Esco?
Why are you asking me?
Because you speak Spanish. Because you speak Spanish. That's why. I'm asking you because you speak Spanish. Yeah, I had some little burrito thingy majiggy.
Oh, cute.
It was fire.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, it was fire. They messed it up though.
Esco's like, I was eating fried chicken and ribs. I don't know anything about that.
My hair was right here.
I'm keeping it a buck with Sadiq. You know, I fall off sometimes. I do the best I can. No, it was good. I had to send it back though. It was really pissed me off. And that's actually how I met how the dude from the grammar school ran up on me. Right? He worked at the place. And so I put the order in, and I said, listen, dude, I want that burrito. I don't want any onions, and I want you to add tomatoes to it. Right? Okay. And she's like, okay, cool. Anything else? I was like, no. I said, did I tell you that I don't want onions? I knew I had told him, but I wanted to reiterate this to him. Did I say no onions? He was like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool, because I really don't want onions, bro.
Really?
And so it comes out, cut it, onions fall all out of it. I said, gosh darn it. So I take it back to the dude. I'm like, yo.
No cebollas.
There's onions in here, and they are not tomatoes in here.
Steve hit you with the outcast light. Say, hey, man, you remember me from school? No, not really. But it kept smiling like a clown. Facial expressions looking silly.
Right. That's real. I'm like, yo. So anyway, so they go back, they make it again. When it comes back, this dude, they send this dude to bring it back, and he comes back because we seated outside, right? So he comes back and he's bringing the thing, and he's looking around like who's this go to? So I'm like, yo, pretty sure that's my burrito, bro. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, I sent it back. That's a remake. That's mine. He like walks over to another table, walks around,
though.
walks past.
Black though.
Mm-hmm.
LA different, G.
He was black too.
So, but that's even more reason.
Right. And so he walks around my table again, goes down there, and then he finally comes back and sits this burrito down to me. And I'm like, dude, I just fucking told you that was my burrito a minute ago. I don't know what your issue is. Nonetheless, it's that same. I don't know who he is at the point, but that's that same dude comes back with the interview, and he turns out to be this dude named Mike Perkins that I went to grammar school with. Like all.
Shout out to Mike. What up, Mike?
Yeah, he
make the burritos right next time, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know if he made it, but I'm like.
I'll serve them burritos right next time,
I'm finna curse your ass out. Like, I don't know what I told you that was my food, fam. Like, but anyway, it was cool. Whatever.
But that's another interesting thing about LA.
Yeah.
Like, people go down there with the idea of making it per se.
Yeah, he's an actor. He was in the movie Hardball when we were shorties. That baseball movie where G-Baby got killed.
Crazy since G-Man got killed.
Yeah, when that little maybe when G-Baby got killed, like he was his brother. He was like the dude who was like holding him when he got shot or something. But anyway, saw him out there, and it was cool to catch up with
that
him.
Mikey? Oh my God! No.
You know what?
what caliber gun was that? You remember that when he was walking through the fight?
I've never seen the movie.
You never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Come on, man. Hardball's a Chicago classic.
My homie was in it.
It was fake Cabrini Green and everything.
Yeah, my homie was in it. I've never seen the movie.
I hate that about the crib, G. I hate that everybody from outside the crib only recognizes Cabrini Green as the only project in Chicago.
Yeah, like we don't got one every other block.
Yeah, Cabrini
Well, we
Green
used to.
gets a brand that I don't know if they deserve.
Oh, they deserve it.
I mean, Cabrini's
it's well earned.
Cabrini.
It's well earned.
Cabrini,
Let's be for real.
Cabrini,
It's Keanu Reeves.
Mita, let's go.
It's like Jordan Downs out in L.A. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't going there. But they got that reputation is well earned, and so is Cabrini Green. That was a lawless place for a long time.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan wasn't in that. He wasn't in Hardball. He wasn't even born.
I'm sorry, I'm just Googling.
Oh, just Lord. Looking at Michael B. Jordan for no reason,
randomly pulling up
and just saying his name.
Escort's back there on fire.
Okay, like literally. What is going on?
On fire. Michael B. Jordan? Like, where did that come from?
I don't even think she meant to say that out loud. I think she just like thinking that and it came out of her mouth.
Jordan.
Like, what is going
What's
on?
What's going on, Esco?
I need an Alexa. What is it?
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Anywho. I had to move my seat on the plane today. I was pissed too.
Wow.
Why? Because you're too tall?
Oh, this dude, you know how you get on a plane, the first seat is right there, it's just some space or whatever. Anyhow, Stu like sat right next to me.
T said that was Michael B. Jordan's first movie. No way. He couldn't
Jamal, 2001.
Not jump ball, hardball.
Hardball.
Oh, okay.
Michael B. Jordan?
He's in the movie?
How old is Michael B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan, like?
He's like 30.
Yeah.
2001.
I didn't recognize that.
He might have been in 13.
Oh, okay.
He is in the movie. Okay.
I guess so. My bad. Oh, shout out to T for knowing that. T was a real hardball fan.
Y'all stupid. G baby.
Yeah, I'd have never known that.
I don't know why I ain't never seen the movie, man. It is hot in here.
It's a trash movie though.
Yeah.
It's trash.
Cried.
Yeah, my homie was in it, and so we was kind of excited for him at the school, but it was just like, you know how you think something happened, you expect something to change?
Wait a minute, man. T said he was the cat that turned
Michael B.
on the
Michael B. Jordan is 56 years old. What's wrong?
He couldn't have had that kind of a role. He had to be like 6.
He was the cat that, first of all, if that's what Terrence said, I bet you that's what he was in the movie.
I guess it was, man. I got to go rewatch it. I didn't watch it with a keen eye.
Don't go rewatch it.
I'm not.
He 34 years old? Yeah, he 30. I was gonna say I think he's my age. If he was in that movie, I'm imagining he's my age because he was on the same team with the dude who was in my classroom. So
there it is.
And he's exactly my age. But yeah, what are we talking about today?
Yeah, that's
Michael B. Jordan.
I've been completely checked out. I've been completely checked out. I don't know anything that's going on. I have no idea about nothing. I heard there was like a Republican like rally and Trump was the keynote speaker or something yesterday.
Yeah, I heard something about that too, but I've been out the loop too.
I have no idea what's happening.
I've been doing homework.
Yeah, man. I went to a funeral this weekend, man. Shout out to my brother Shamari Daly. We buried him this weekend.
Rest in power, King.
Absolutely, man. So that was it was sad, but also empowering at the same moment.
Mm-hmm.
To hear some of the reflections from like his wife and his father-in-law, man. His father-in-law was a very interesting cat, and the story that he was telling about the way Shamari approached death, I just thought was some strong soldier stuff. And you know, he had known, at least inherently, internally, that he wasn't coming home from the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So the father-in-law was telling a story about, you know, him talking to him and pulling him to the side, like, here's what I expect of you in my absence. You know what I mean? And I thought that was solid. You know what I mean? Super solid.
Super.
It was like, you know, the father-in-law had to be, you know, up late 60s, early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
He said, man, you got to get in shape because you got to be here for my babies. I'm not coming home. And the father-in-law was breaking down when telling the story.
Damn.
And he was Like, but I'm okay with that.
Woo.
Like, faith and fear can't occupy the same space. So
They
I'm
cannot.
okay with that, and I know that my God has something greater in line for me.
Okay, that
moment.
is frozen.
You know what I mean? And I just thought that was some tough stuff to say. You know what I mean? Gene in the comments saying, "Show Beasley class of '90." That's our brother from grammar school, man. So we've been together for 30-something years at this point. So salute to the whole Daily family. Salute to Tara and Preston and Brooklyn. I just want to make sure I reiterate that I send my condolences and my love.
Nah, man. I certainly want to send my sincerest condolences to you, to the whole entire family. That's a very, very powerful story and a really, really, I don't know, inspiring. You know what I mean? Just to how you approach life and death, really. I think there's a lot to be learned from that. I think that one just froze too.
What, all the cameras are freezing?
Yeah, that one just froze too. I'm gonna try and find one that works. But anyway, while we do that, as opposed to me having this frozen thing up there, I do want to say one thing to y'all before we go to break. I went back and watched the show from Friday, and y'all was clowning. Okay, everybody in the Is Wiz fam was clowning on Friday. I knew y'all was gonna trip out a little bit about some stuff, but the way y'all was acting about the room service lady, I don't know what's wrong with y'all, man. Y'all need help. Like, y'all should really talk to somebody about the way y'all behave, man. Because acting like that lady was in that room for any other reason than to clean it was crazy. And you let it go down, too.
What you mean?
Listen to me when I'm talking to you, know what I mean. I'm talking about this. I'm talking about the show on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Because I went back and watched it because I heard how y'all was clowning about the room service lady coming in during the middle of the show. And I saw the comments where people were talking about why she was in there and what she was doing. Y'all was clouded.
Did
man.
I see the comments?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying that you was. I'm not saying that you made those comments. Obviously, I was talking to you. You didn't say nothing crazy like that. But I read the comments that was going on. Y'all need help, man. Y'all need to see somebody about that. I don't know why y'all behave the way that y'all behave, but something is really, really wrong with some of y'all, man. Y'all are absolutely hilarious, and I appreciate it. Because I definitely.
So don't blame me in that, right? So be clear. I played it too. Okay? And I don't like playing the what at all. You understand me?
You did good, though, my brother.
That was some fuck shit on me. I'll tell you. So
I was so excited when you opened the show like that.
And Ron was here.
Oh, yeah.
Holding down the post.
That's already tough.
Let me tell you something. So, when you come back in from commercial, I'm sitting here with Dead Air because I don't know where on.
First of all, this is how the show started on Friday. Yeah, nigga, you on air. It's the first thing that's what Ron says to you. That's the first word of Friday's show.
Completely.
Yeah, nigga, you on the air. I said, oh my goodness.
Completely different.
This is right. Right.
See how he talk? See?
I said this is gonna
I'm
go.
giving him too much leeway.
This. If that's where we starting.
Yeah, that's not good. It's not good at all.
I said these balls crazy, but yeah, they was tripping about the room service lady coming through, and she just came through and straightened up and made the bed. And I'm reading the comments because I went back and watched it like late that night while I was just sitting around chilling. Y'all some fools, man, for real. Fools.
Hey, shout out to Mary too, because
Mary did a phenomenal job. Mary did a phenomenal job. Huge shout out to Mary. She was excellent as a co-host on the show, man. Absolutely. She didn't feel very guesty at all. It felt very co-host.
Yeah, I was absolutely using Mary. I was using her. You know what I mean? I had to use her.
Awesome job, guys.
Yeah, because I'm not used to playing.
Great show, guys.
Whole time in my head, all I was hearing was the Ill Out scratch record. Where my homie?
Hey, I missed you too, bro. It was good, man. It's weird. It's like when we sitting right here, I can just cut you off and start talking. When I'm not in the space, it doesn't work like that. Plus, there was a little bit of a delay, and so I can't really just jump in. So I'm like, hey, y'all, can I? So somewhere I just sat there and held my hand up. And I was like, hey, y'all want to let me talk or
like a Zoom meeting?
Or not? And it was so funny because ROW was in there. She's like coaching me to trying to interject. And she's like, Herb, just jump in now. Jump in now.
It's a
Herb, just
rhythm,
jump in.
G.
Hey, Mary, we
It's
was
a
just
rhythm,
saying how
baby.
awesome that you were on Friday. Thank you so very, very much, man.
Salute it. She said she wanted to come in and say a few words today. So I was like, anytime, Mary. Anytime.
Pull up a
She's
chair.
been here all day working, guys.
Pull up a chair and kick the bobos.
Salute. Come kick the bobos, Mary. You're more than welcome.
You're always welcome. You can hang out here a lot now.
I said I appreciate you coming in anytime you like. So the door's open for you, okay? I just want you to know that, okay?
You were just trying to leave me.
Oh, that's we get that together too.
Someone's not getting an Easter basket.
Oh my goodness.
We don't believe in mythical Sky Daddy over here anyway. Hey, under the Mythical Sky Daddy Act, though.
Mythical Sky Daddy.
Under the Mythical Sky Daddy.
There is a Mythical Sky Daddy, dog. As I was driving through the mountains, I'm like, I don't know why two don't think there's a Mythical Sky Daddy, G.
Because I believe in science.
So you Big Bang Theory?
Science
Hit
works.
your face. God don't
So
like
look at
ugly.
this.
Right.
So I met this brother
Mm-hmm.
named Mac Antonio Glover. Now don't let the book cover fool you. I know this looks like some 5%.
Self-published.
It's definitely self-published, but it looks like some of the 5% of stuff you see with the brothers on New York selling the books and talking about God. And I ain't knocking them either because some of them got some very interesting, in-depth theories. But I saw this brother preaching, and I was like, man, I got to talk to this dude live on that.
Oh, my gosh.
I've never heard the Bible explained
spoke to
with
you?
so many words like this nigga said.
I
And
like
y'all
that.
believe that this nigga did this.
I like that.
I said, I love him.
I like it.
I love him.
I like it.
So he gave me the book. He signed the book, but it says Jesus, a black extraterrestrial being, and our DNA connection to the Orion Sirius star system. So his theory is this.
I was studying Orion's belt in the stars just the other night.
I'm gonna let him break down his theory because he was like, man, that's some bullshit. G. These are our ancestors. They was men. They walked the planet like we walked the planet. Them niggas was just G's like us. And he's dope.
I can respect it.
He's dope. So he's gonna come in and talk about Mythical Sky Daddy.
She's so good.
I know. Do it again, because Mythical Sky. Every time we say Mythical Sky Daddy, we gotta get the So yeah, he's gonna come in and chop it about Mythical Sky Daddy either tomorrow or Wednesday. I gotta get it confirmed this evening.
All right. That's dope.
Older cat,
Yeah.
wow, dope.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I'm a believer, man, but I'm also just a very like chill about my beliefs. So it's not like this thing where it's just like, I always gotta talk in such reference. I talk about God like he my homie. Like that's my man. He fuck with me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's just how that's literally how I feel about it.
What's the Drake line? Shout out to God for working way harder than the devil.
Hey, that's it, man. That's it. Cause Lord knows.
Shout out to God for playing favorites because he working way harder than Satan.
Lord knows that the devil be putting in time, Jack. The devil be putting in time.
This game is talking about some deep side.
Evolution over creation. Yeah, that's all y'all big bangers and
science people. Science people? The science people?
Yeah, there was a big bang and it created everything. What?
Adverse to you superhero people?
What? It created everything?
Science over superheroes? I don't know.
Time out. I'm saying, just look at how.
I'm just saying science over superheroes.
This is what I'm saying. Look at how perfect the human body is.
Science.
What big bang did that?
Science over superheroes.
What science, though?
I'm not a doctor. I don't know. Science attached to it.
Nah, man. I ain't with it. I mean, listen. I can accept some of the science stuff, but there's just certain things leave me in awe that says, nah, there's a creator somewhere.
Have you ever seen a science fair?
Yeah, it's be wacky said.
No, some of that stuff leaves me in awe.
Man,
like
listen,
when you get the understanding.
I'm jaded on science fairs.
So let me tell you something, man. Because I had to do science fairs
I'm gonna tell you why I'm jaded on
recently
science fairs
because I have children who participate in science fairs. Mm-hmm. So my son, in about 5th or 6th grade, it probably was 5th grade, but we made bombs out of water bottles, like real bombs. It was very interesting.
How
science?
How explosive were they?
Quite
explosive.
They were dangerous, G.
Yeah,
I had.
You could lose a pinky or something.
Once I figured out how to do it, it was more my thing than his.
That sounds like the bomb.
Didn't I tell you to come in the room? Boom.
It was awesome. You know what I mean?
2 millimeters.
I'm jaded with science fairs because in 2nd grade, I grew crystals from nothing. Like there was nothing. And then I had like actual crystals that shined like you wouldn't believe. Do this at the science fair. I get second place to a volcano, okay, because somebody shook up Coca-Cola and baking soda in a bottle and made it overflow.
See how they started us with the baking soda?
You know what I'm saying?
See how they started us with the baking soda?
It took me like 2 weeks to grow crystals, man. It was like a whole process.
I want you to know something.
An intricate process.
I want you to know something.
What?
Till you fully understand
white supremacy. Everything.
What it does and how it works. Everything you think you understand
will
will
only confuse you. Yes, it will.
See how they kick off the baking soda in the grammar schools and then wonder why we go to the streets. You see what I mean? It's all a plan, man.
Yeah, I was upset. I will say this though. The plaque that I got for winning second place, it was so dope and it was fitting. It was like this big crystal. It was like a real nice plaque with a huge crystal on it. And first place was like, I think like a neck medal or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of whack.
See, white man.
Or it might be like a certificate or something. Like, yeah, that's kind of whack. I'm glad I got the thing that I got, but it says second place. It's whack.
White supremacy again. See, he gave you the better trophy for second place. He's getting you to appreciate not winning.
If you're not first, you're last.
Tell you, man. Zero grade reliance, man. Don't trust it. Don't trust it.
I've been jaded with science fairs ever since. I ain't liked it. So, that was that for me on the science fair piece. But yeah, I'm a believer, man. I was riding through those mountains, man. And I'm just like, yo. And I took some pictures, but the pictures can never do it justice. Like, it never does it justice of what you are looking at. But I'm definitely a believer to an extent. I'm not a Bible banger or nothing like that.
I'm absolutely anti anything high, like mountains, all that. I'm not fucking with.
Like Mythical Sky Daddy.
Mythical Sky Daddy. Anything above the third story, I'll rock with it. You understand what I'm saying?
How high above sea level are we going?
I'm not rocking with it, whatever it is. If it's bigger than a 2-flat building, I don't want to live there. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't like it, right? So, again, I told you I did L.A. by myself.
Yeah.
So, one night I go hang out or whatever, and I get lost up in one of them little sexy decks neighborhoods, but it's up in them hills.
Easy to do.
And it's very dark. Like, it's not regular street lights and stuff.
Oh, you can die.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all.
You can fall right off one of the sides of those mountains.
So, but here's what I do though. While I'm there, right, I call my little cousin and I say, man, let's go to what's the name of that little mountain everybody climbs?
The trail.
Runyon Hill.
Okay.
Right. So now, mind you, this I went to Portland this year too.
Mm-hmm.
Portland is absolutely beautiful, right? I climbed up a mountain in Portland. Now, I didn't even realize how much I didn't like being up in the air until I got to Portland. Right?
What do you mean you climbed up a mountain? Like how much cap is this?
No, this is not cap. Let me tell you the story.
Now I want to know what you mean when you say you climbed up a mountain.
I'm finna tell you.
Okay, come on.
So Portland is different than LA.
Uh-huh.
Portland is mountains.
Right.
Right?
The good oxygen.
Yeah, it's different. It's definitely for white folks, right? So listen. So they got this mountain and they got this pathway that you can walk the mountain, right?
Uh-huh.
Pathway about this big. You dig what I'm saying?
Walk the mountain sounds a lot more accurate. Oh, you talking about when you came back and told me how you were on the ground crawling?
Yeah.
Because you were scared to stand up?
No. That's LA. But this is Portland. Portland was worse than LA, really, but I didn't have room to crawl. So let me tell you. let me tell you Portland, G. So Portland, the pathway up, I'm gonna say 3 feet at best. It's about 3 feet, right? Now this is a tourist attraction area.
It's a real mountain.
It's a real mountain though, like high, right? Mm-hmm. So my kids.
Not a trail.
Now I'm usually a Viking about most things, right?
A Viking.
I'm a Viking, right? So my kids.
Viking. Why do you say it like that all the time?
I'm a Viking. You know what I mean? So my kids see it, and I'm like, y'all want to do the mountain? They're like, yeah, Daddy, let's do it. So halfway up the mountain, there's like a cliff and a waterfall, right? But it's falling into the mountain. Very sexy, very beautiful, right? I'm like, man, I could do this. This light. Not really conscious of what it looks like from the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I tell my kids, let's do it. Now, it's me and everybody else is white, right? Everybody else is white. I'm the darkest portion on this hill, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's me and my kids, we walking up. They running up like it's nothing. It's light to them. We get to the halfway point. Before I get to the halfway point, I'm starting to feel some anxiety. Like I don't like this. My Viking is going away. You know what I'm saying? I'm not comfortable right now. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So at the halfway point where this waterfall is, it's like the ground. The way the ground works it works as like a bridge to the other side to conquer the second half of the mountain.
Somebody show Auntie Deb a laughing emoji.
So I go all the way up. Now, mind you, as I'm coming up, there's people coming down.
Mm-hmm.
So going up, you're on the inside against the rock, right? So I'm using the rock like a banister. I'm holding on to whatever I can grab onto as I'm going up. But coming down is the outside. You understand? You're on the cliff, right?
Yeah.
So we get to the halfway point. I look at my kids. My body's tensing up. I was like, I'm not going no further than this.
My legs don't work.
My legs don't work. I'm not going no further than this. And I'm telling my kids, like, I'm going down. I don't care.
Wait, you're simulating like a high wind sound? Or like a high elevation wind sound right now?
Yeah, this is high breathing. This is my heart rate.
Oh, you raw as hell.
I'm telling my kids, I'm going down, right? I don't care what y'all do no more. I'm not even responsible for y'all no more.
I want to zoom in on you so
I don't care if y'all
bad.
make it off the mountain or not. It's all about me.
I've done that before. At top of the water slide, I told Bella, all right, I'm going to take the stairs.
I'm definitely leaving y'all. Both of y'all, right now.
Y'all are terrible
Yes,
people.
I'm definitely going to leave you. So I'm coming down. But remember, to go down, you have to walk on the outside by the cliff.
Imminent death.
I ain't going.
So you pushing people with
excuse me, because I didn't move everybody out the, no, you're gonna go around. No, you're gonna go around. I'm not walking on the outside. All the white people were so mad. But it took let's say it take, I don't know, 20 minutes to walk up to the halfway point. To get down, it took me 50 minutes. Because I'm scooting, G.
Mythical Sky Daddy was real then, wasn't he?
I was like,
please, Mythical Sky Daddy.
Oh, Mythical Sky Daddy. Oh, Mythical Sky Daddy. Don't let me fall, Mythical Sky Daddy. Oh, please.
So you were an elbow?
Look.
Oh, my God.
Hey, man, listen.
Oh, my God.
I got to the bottom of that hill.
Oh, my God. This is funny for real.
And my entire
this
body
is real funny.
hurt because everything was tight.
You were so tight.
I had busted blood vessels in my shoulders, G. I was like, I'm not going.
Oh, my goodness.
So
you didn't get yourself a hernia. That's when you hurt your hip.
Gee, it was crazy. It's probably when that happened. It was crazy. I never felt like that in my life. So me being the Viking that I am, when I go to LA, I say, man, I ain't scared of nothing. I can't be this guy. I'm not built like this. Right? So my cousin said, hey, we do Runyon Canyon. I say, bet. I'm a G. I'm going to do Runyon Canyon. I know what the stories of Runyon Canyon. I'm a gangster about mine. I'm not finna stand down to no mountain. Ain't no mountain going to conquer me. I'm Toussaint.
Sure.
So we do Runyon Canyon. Runyon Canyon is way different than Portland, though. Right? The trail of Runyon Canyon, you can fit a car up this joint.
Right.
So I'm like, oh,
light work.
Good. It's light. This is nothing. So we do the Runyon Canyon. We get to the halfway point. You can look out, see the Hollywood sign. You looking over LA. I'm still feeling good.
Right. Okay.
Right? It's dogs and old white people running. I'm like, this is light. I can do this.
Dogs and old white people.
We get to like the second tier of the all the way up joint. And then the pathway becomes less than 3 feet again. Now this is some Portland stuff. And they got these little wooden like steps almost. Right? White people are running up and down these steps.
Hey, do me a favor. Talk right into that camera that's right in front of you. Just look right into it and talk into that one.
So white people.
No, not that one. That one.
White people are running up and down these steps with their animals, like with dogs. It's like 3 feet, right? And I get up to that point, and now my anxiety's kicking back in. So I look back, and I say, all right, this is the point where I turn around and go back down. I'm not with this. But when I look back, it was too steep for me to feel comfortable walking back down, right? So I looked up, and I say, I'm like a third of the way up. If I get to the top, I can feel accomplished, and I'll figure out how to get down from there. Because I'm a Viking still. I got to conquer my fears. So I start going up, and my heart couldn't take it no more. So what I did was, and again, messing up the traffic and the flow, I got on my hands and knees.
Pray to Mythical Sky Daddy, and then crawled down.
I crawled up. You understand me? I crawled up the mountain from that point forward. It was people walking like, excuse me. I was like, I'm not moving. You're going to have to move out my way. I'm crawling.
How did you feel about yourself
I
crawling
felt
up
very
this mountain?
fine about myself because I was going to be safe and healthy when I got to the top. Now, what I realized once you get to the top, now pick this too, at the top, this is different. There's eagles, like real eagles, close.
It was a sign from Sky Daddy to follow the eagles.
They got like mountain lions and I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus. So I get to the top, and what I find out, though, is that if you make it to the top of Runyon Canyon, there's an actual roadway going down. I said, Mythical Sky Daddy came through. I don't have to go back down the mountain because I didn't have to go back down. I can deal with going up, going down is worse. I'm not dealing with it.
Oh, my goodness.
But I did it. I conquered my fears. So there it is.
There you have
That's
it.
the Viking status you did.
There you have it, too.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, man.
I do my best.
Thanks for that, bro.
You're so brave for sharing your story.
Yo, that's crazy funny, yo.
So my cousin was dying laughing.
Yeah.
And she thought I was playing about being afraid.
Clearly you weren't.
And I was not playing.
Hey, isn't it weird to you like the things you're afraid of? Like versus the things that you are not afraid of? Like just, growing up in the inner city, you just yeah, I'll walk down a dark alley with a bunch of dudes I don't know well before I walk past like 6 squirrels. I'm not on it. I'm scared. I'm crossing the street about these squirrels and possum, a deer, whatever. I'm not playing that game. I pull up in South Central on 60th Street with all red shoes in a heartbeat.
Hey,
not a problem.
No problem. We cool right
I
there.
test my luck against the gangbangers.
Get that possum away from me though, because I can't handle that right there.
Yeah, it was different, G.
They got in Phoenix. They have this. I forget what it's called. I'll try to figure it out. But it's a place where people go up to the top to view the sunrise. Right now, context clues. If you're going up there to view the sunrise, what is what
you gotta be going up there in the dark?
In the dark. What are the conditions when you're going up there?
I'm cool.
Right?
I'm not on that.
It's dark.
That's not smart. That's not smart at all.
And it's like, so LA, you got like the road, a little bit of space, and a railing. This mountain I'm talking about in Phoenix, there's the road, and then there's dead. Okay? That's it. And I mean like your tire right here, dead is right there. It ain't no rail. It ain't no.
Oh, you're driving.
I'm driving, right? I'm driving, and I'm driving a Mustang GT, right? I had rented it out there, right? And so this car, because the hill is so steep, you got to give it some like acceleration. You got to hit some gas. But this particular car, when you step on the gas, like every time it's just jumping. I'm like, and I don't have that much space for it to jump. Like I'm trying to drive slow and get this car to, man, terrified, dog. Terrified. Got up there, well worth it. It was the most beautiful sunrise I've ever seen. However, terrifying on the way up and the way down. At least on the way down, the sun was up a little bit, but man, terrifying.
Pull me up on the thing.
All right, hold on. I don't have you over here, sir.
I thought I disconnected.
You're on Bluetooth.
I know I'm on Bluetooth.
Yeah, but I ain't got you over here.
So let me try disconnect and reconnect. And display retina. Does it give me anything?
We got nothing, man. There are things happening today, and I don't know what to tell you, sir. But
I was going to share that because I got the video and the photos. My cousin was laughing at me. This really sucks.
Hey, desktop screen. No. I'm trying to see if I can put you. I'm trying to see if I can manually find your thing, but I don't. I'll try to figure it out when we take a break.
Yeah, it is.
Pull it up. What were you trying to show us, though?
This is the mountain experience.
Oh, yeah. We gotta try to find that. We gotta try to get your.
Here's the crawling. She was laughing the whole way. I'm not playing.
Yeah,
he's
really crawling.
I'm not playing with you, dude. But when I got to the top, I was talking shit. I say, "Guy, you can't stop me, Mythical Sky Day. I'm in control of this."
I'll tell you what I'll do.
You understand me?
I'm smart sometimes. Let me figure this thing out. Toussaint is really crawling. Where's your computer screen? Okay, there it is.
I have.
Turn it around. Put it in that camera right there. You see the one I'm trying to put it in?
Let's see if this is.
It's cool. It's cool. I got it. I got it. Just turn it around and turn it a little bit more. There we go, sir.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, hold on. Boom. Let me zoom in a little bit so people can see what you're doing.
They can't stop us over here. They can't stop us over here.
Okay, now let me put that up on the screen. There we go. Y'all see y'all boy.
Yeah, had to do it. You know what I mean?
Y'all see y'all boy crawling.
Crawling. You see me, right?
Gee, now you talk about science and believing in evolution. How did you set us back that far? You look real apish right there, bro.
You call it whatever you want. And then it's me conquering. See the top. See, conquer. See, conquer. I'm a conqueror like a Viking.
That's probably the one you posted. Look, I made it to the top. You ain't posted yourself.
I made it to the top. I posted all of them. I don't care. I ain't scared.
You pre-upright? Man, look, man.
Yeah, I made history that day. I conquered one of my fears.
Dog.
Right? Viking right
You know what I'm saying? I'm a Viking.
A Viking.
Tell them about it.
We're going to take a break, man. When we come back, we'll hear more from the Viking and how terrified he is of. What are you terrified of exactly? Heights?
This is a story I tell my children all the time. Right? It's okay to be afraid of anything. It's not okay to let your fears prison you.
That sounds great.
That's what Vikings do.
That sounds deep.
You understand me? I knew going in that I ain't like walking up no mountains.
Can't say blood show.
And my mythical sky daddy said, I ain't scared. You understand me?
But your body said, yes, we are. Bend over.
Well, we got this term. Oh, Jesus.
We need 4 points of contact, at least.
Oh, Jesus. And she was old white people running past me with their dogs. I said, how do you run in the mountain? You're
How
crazy.
rude. I would have been like, hey.
I didn't speak to him at all. I didn't want to talk. That was wasting energy.
It was some little white kids that gave me the courage to do zip line for the first time. Where was I at?
Yeah, I ain't going.
I think I was in Denver. Went up these mountains in a Jeep. They drive you up in this little Jeep, and again, death is right there.
Yeah, I ain't going.
And they zipping across one line. It was like 6 lines. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Over a body of water or just
over in some mountains, like over some rocks. Yeah, because that won't hurt at all. What are you talking about?
I don't like large bodies of water.
Oh, okay. I can dig it. But yeah, nah.
or
top of the mountain. Like what I did was, just to scare myself even more, I just threw some rocks off. See how long it took that rock to get to the bottom.
How long before I hear this?
You know what I'm saying? I never heard it. That's how far it was, right? And I lost sight of it at some point. And so, but anyway, we in this group. It's like I don't know, maybe like 10 people in the group or 8 or something like that in the group. And a couple, this is white family and their kids is there. These kids are like back flipping, like they running off the little thing, black flipping, doing all kind of twists. I'm just. My line is barely making it across because I'm not going with any momentum. I'm not running off this thing. I'm like stepping off. Like, shh. They like, listen, you can't do that because you'll get stuck in the middle. And then we're going to have to come out there and get you. You're just going to be hanging out there. If you think you're scared now, wait till you're hanging in the middle of this mountain in the air. He's like, don't do that. Get you some momentum so you can get across to the other side. I was like, okay. Still scared. Like, but these
kids. You gotta go fast.
Yeah, dude, man. That's one and done.
Yeah.
It was a good time, though. About like the 4th line, I was beastly. I started letting go of the thing. I'm flipping backwards and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm cool.
Still, the one and done. I don't need to do that ever again.
Yeah, I'm good.
Would you ever skydive?
Oh, no.
Bungee jump?
No.
Yeah, I would never bungee jump. But oddly enough, I want to skydive.
Why?
I don't know.
Only if I do it with my uncle, because he's a quadriplegic, and he does it all the time.
I'm not mature enough for that, Esco. Why would you tell me something like that?
He almost didn't let you get past quadriplegic.
Come on.
That's good.
I tried. Did you see me?
I told him, like, I'm scared. He's like, I can't walk, and I do it.
I tried, Esco. Like, your quadriplegic uncle skydives.
Yep.
So neck down, he's got nothing.
Right.
So in a lot of ways, he ain't got nothing to lose.
Like this.
Just saying.
Not on the landing.
I mean, is he gonna feel it as a
He
shoe?
went to college. He's a real estate broker. You know, he works. He's very impressive. A lot of rewards.
It ain't like he gonna be paralyzed if he fall or nothing like that. Not from the fall.
He's just like, hey, that was great. My aunt was like,
what is wrong with y'all?
He's like, I just slid right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not going.
I do want to skydive. She said,
just because you have a disability shouldn't hold you back.
Agreed. No, I respect it and salute it. You know what I'm saying?
He was on the floor like 2 was, but just like the opposite way because he laughed.
He had no choice.
Two, stop it. I mean, Esco, stop doing this. I'm not mature enough for this. Stop making me laugh at this stuff. It's not even funny.
It's, I'm comfortable. He's comfortable.
Hey, me too. We all comfortable.
We're all
like,
comfortable.
Who's this? He's like, this is a crippled.
They want to be treated equal, so I go after them with the same victory.
Oh yeah, I go hard.
Yeah,
that's my man.
I go hard.
I got a bunch of them kind of people.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
like people, because I'm always talking about people. People are like, oh, you better be careful. Your kid's gonna come out. I'm like, I'm going to gun their ass too.
Well, I'm safe. I'm not having any more children, so now it's fair game.
Yeah, no, you got you got a star athlete and a genius. You came out okay.
Oh, that's questionable, but I'm still safe enough. You know. All of that is questionable.
That's not questionable. I've seen your son play ball, and I've talked to your daughter. He's definitely an elite athlete. She's definitely a genius.
That's questionable, but hey.
Oh, this show.
Hey, this is a true story, too, though. First child, when Eric was born, C-section.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when Eric was born, first of all, he looked like a white man. That's one. Like, he was so white. I was like, wait a minute now.
Newborn's ugly as hell.
Yeah, super
Aren't they,
ugly.
though?
They so ugly. I hate when people are like, oh, it's so cute.
I
No,
never
it's
say-
not.
I
That baby look like an alien. He's ugly
you
as
know
hell.
what you
E.T.
say?
face ass baby.
You say, oh, that's a
Oh, it's so healthy. Look at the onesie.
Now that's a baby.
It's a baby, I think.
He was a C-section, and they had when they pulled him out, like
Baby
he had
monkey.
a cone head.
Right, squished them.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that changed.
You thought that's what he had?
So I was like, I'm gonna love you anyway.
I love the cone head.
We're gonna get you some custom caps.
Your hair covering. Your hair covering.
Get you,
We'll just put a hat on him.
get you some El Rukin hats.
Oh my God.
Why are we on this right now, bro?
Oh my God.
I don't know. Y'all acting crazy here, man.
Stop bringing that West Coast.
Yeah, babies be ugly, G.
Man, I brought him to the Silver Room Block Party when he was really young.
Yeah.
But it was the North Side Silver Room Block Party. Everybody over there was looking at me like, how'd he get that white baby?
That is funny. That is really, really funny.
Whose white baby is that?
Bella came out really brown. They were like, ma'am, is this your daughter?
I knew you'd be hanging out with them black people too much. I knew you'd be hanging out with them black people too much.
Oh, my God.
Don't nobody like radio that much. Nobody like radio that much. Get out of here. You ain't putting in 12, 16-hour days because you like radio.
It didn't start in radio.
God. Sure. You're at the studio, huh? Is that what we're calling it now?
That was
all right.
so funny, man.
Baby come out, fried chicken and hot sauce.
You gotta marinate a little bit. You know, they change.
Yeah, that cone head scared me for a minute. I was like, ooh.
Oh my God, Bella was so ugly.
It's going to be tough on you.
They all are. People just be lying, G.
No, my daughter was beautiful.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
No, she wasn't.
Don't disrespect me like that.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
She's beautiful now.
No, she was beautiful then.
Her first day here?
Beautiful.
False. Cap.
I'm gonna tell you something different about them girls, man.
Cap.
As soon as I met her, I was like, I'm done.
Cap.
You rule the world.
I call bullshit on that.
I'm just the truth.
These newborns be ugly as hell.
Not in my family. We produce beautiful people, and she was a beautiful person. So immediately from the jump, out the gate.
Doubt it.
Out the oven.
Doubt it.
Out the oven, beautiful.
Doubt it.
It happens.
Doubt it.
I'm telling you.
People be like, oh, isn't the baby cute?
I realized I'm very good at making girls. Yeah.
You have one.
Yeah, but I mastered it. One shot, it was the master of it. You know what I'm saying?
It was the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album. One and done.
One and done. You know what I'm saying?
Skydove in flight school in the Air Force.
Look at Celine. He did that.
Hugged the earth ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Under that act. So I went to Seattle.
Black Forrest Gump.
My great uncle was very high up in the I think it's the Air Force.
Uh-huh.
So we was in Seattle, and on this Air Force base, they have this simulator to practice jumping out of planes. And I'm a young kid at this time, so I really didn't have that many fears. And they put you in this simulator machine. They take you way up in the air, and it legitimately just drops. And I did that for like a whole day one day.
Oh my God.
But now when I think back about it, I was like, man, I was completely out my mind, and I would never jump out nobody's airplane because it was completely irrational.
They got them simulators and stuff, right? So you can go to like the skydive facilities and kind of simulate a thing. And I guess I'd probably do that first, but I really do want to skydive though.
Yeah, I'm cool.
I would never bungee jump because I don't trust people like that. And I know there's a contradiction for what I'm about to say, but what if they just mismeasured it? What if they think the bridge is 100 feet? But really the bridge is 99 feet.
You see why it's scary?
What if the parachute don't open when you jump out the plane?
Tweak.
Well, if it's your first time,
Then you pull another one. You got to go with somebody else, right? And they got like backup straps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool.
Like if you pull one, nothing happens. They're like, you can try to pull it again. Don't try to pull it 3-4 times. Just go to the backup chute and pull that one.
Look at all the haters in the comments. I've only seen one beautiful newborn.
Yeah. Now somebody said their niece was fine. Alvin said his niece came out looking like a baby doll. But I'm more in line with Boosie mama. Boosie said, my mama said, ain't no damn new baby cute. They look like little rats. They do.
Whoa.
Yeah,
they ugly as hell. G Master Splinter face ass babies.
Boosie mom was born in Antebellum South, man. That was slavery was still going on. You know, you can't trust them comments, man. You gotta expand your vision.
On that note,
expand your understanding.
On that note,
So it's a maybe on Skydive. Got it.
Yeah, I'm not going.
Just marinate on it.
Bless your heart. I'm not going. I'd never do nothing like that.
Yeah, you see him. Once they open the plane, how he just on the floor. No.
I'm holding everything.
No. They kick him out. Just kick him in the back right out the plane. He's still gonna want to kill him whenever they land. Whenever they come down, he gonna be ready to fight still.
Yeah, I ain't going.
I kind of want to do that. Right? She say, "Fuck you too."
Still love you though, Boosie.
Why y'all acting like this on a doggone Monday, man? I'm glad y'all are, because I am exhausted, man. I Q, you going skydiving? I'm with it, Q. You going with us?
No.
All right, bet.
Don't be confused.
How about this? Let's bet. We going to the range, right?
I'm not betting anything that involves me jumping out of anything.
I fly.
If I shoot better than you, you got to do skydiving with us this summer.
No.
No, I don't.
No, I don't. That's not gonna happen. No.
I appreciate you telling me no. I'll back instead of because then I'll bet something then you would win the shooting, then I could do something crazy. You was like, I was never gonna scare about the plane.
I'm never gonna do that. That's not gonna happen.
We should go paintballing.
Yeah,
paintballing is dope.
I'm a good shot.
I'm good on that.
Paintballing is dope.
I'm good on that, man.
I've been paintballing a few times.
I'm good on that.
You ain't never been paintballing?
No, I'm more of a laser tag guy. Because it doesn't hurt. That's why.
No, you just
don't get shot.
It up.
Don't get shot.
Yeah.
In a field where everybody's busting at you.
Hey man, niggas die every day, B.
Niggas get shot every day, B.
You get shot every day.
Nah,
B.
man. I don't like intentionally just sign myself up for pain. I don't do that. Like, I'm not one of those people. Like, nah. Like, why would we be doing that?
Don't get
it's dope.
hit.
I understand it's dope. I understand like the concept and all that of like we frozen again. Okay. Thanks, B70, for letting us know. Let's see if we can pop on another camera and see if we can be unfrozen somewhere.
We can rent a space.
We can rent a space and do
and it'll just be our group.
And do the paintballing?
And then we could go slow.
They got a spot out in Indiana. they got one spot like in I think Hammond, not Hammond, but like Harvey somewhere. It's kind of indoorish. It's cool, but there's another spot like out in Indiana where it's like a whole almost like neighborhood. It's like, you know, you running
it's
through.
It's like an old town.
Yeah, it's super dope. Super dope. You know what I mean?
Oh, wait. I got your computer up, so maybe our screens will pop back up here in a second. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. No, I think it'd be cool to rent it out, and I understand how fun that would be, but I don't like being hurt. You know what else I don't like? Like, I don't do like scary movies, haunted houses, because one of two things happens with those every single time. Either they're not scary, the movie or the haunted house, and I be like, this is whack as hell, or they are scary, and I realize I don't like being scared. It's not fun to be scared. I don't like it. Like, oh, that was so scary. Yeah, it was. Right? Like, I don't want to be scared. I don't like scary movies and all that.
Nah,
I'm good.
I'm cool. I'm not bad with either of those. I can do both of those. It's just limitations, right? But at some levels too, it's like people who won't try things. It bother me.
Yeah.
Like they irritate me. But then there's certain limitations I got to check myself. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm not on that piece.
Right. So even like the mountain with my kids when we was in Portland, like I had no idea that I really wasn't equipped to be walking up no mountain. So when I saw it, I said, I'm a Viking. I can do this.
I'm a Viking.
Though.
Yeah, I can do this, right? Yeah. And I just got halfway up, then my body shut down on me. It just locked up on me.
I swear. Every time Bella, let's go down the water slide. Yeah, let's go to the highest one. I'm going to do it for real. No, for real this time. No, for real. And then I just said, all right, I'm going.
I did this water. Now, this scared me for real. I was in Wisconsin Dells with my kids, right? And, they got these water slides or whatever. You go, But the dynamics of the water slide, if you not weighted in,
you flip off that joint.
Go off the side of the joint.
You can.
And I don't know if it was my son or my daughter, but one of them went down, man, and they went kind of high up on the edge. And I, dove in right in after them because I thought it was over.
Without thinking.
They finna go over the edge.
Yeah.
And I just dove in after them, but I was in Florida one time, and they had this water slide that legitimately, scientifically, it don't make sense because it legitimately goes straight down, which seems like you would project forward. You know what I mean? But I did it like a dummy. But I'd never do it again once I thought about it. It's like, that was kind of dumb. I'm not doing that no more.
I almost drowned when I was 8 in Wisconsin Dells.
Yeah.
That's why I'm traumatized. I don't like water.
That's where my daughter broke her. That's where that leg brace thing came from.
Yeah?
Yeah. Broke her meniscus.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That ain't what you want. I don't play games that bad. Right? I like to be safe. Keep me on the ground, on dry land, unless I'm jumping out of a plane. I've never done that. And I very well make it up there like, you know what? Psych. I thought I could do it. I'm not jumping.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah. I keep the money and whatever for the classes or whatever, but I'm good. We're going to take a break. When we come back from break, hopefully y'all can see us. We appreciate seeing y'all in the room. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us on this Monday edition of I Said What I Said. Herb and 2 till 6. Esco is in the production studio. We'll be right back.
The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at the Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning.
Our Attorney General Kwame Raoul.
I have reached out to the Hospital Association and the Med Society to talk about how proactively we can talk about implicit bias in healthcare and begin to address the situation system-wide, because I've also simultaneously directed my civil rights team to begin to look at that and look at ways that it may have manifested itself. We've done so historically with regards to the nursing home industry, where you've had some nursing home owners that staff disparately. So if they're in a black community, they won't have much staff as they will in a white community. We've taken that on from a civil rights standpoint, and we're prepared to take on other instances of implicit bias in healthcare.
Utilizing your office to investigate civil rights and healthcare as a civil rights issue. That's actually pretty powerful, and it demonstrates how we have to be working in coordinated efforts with our elected officials in places and positions of power.
Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now.
Church Chicago's Power Hour. I'm your host, Angie Mims, and
Terrence Keys, TD, a.k.a. Terrence Daniels.
Do you believe that God's going to turn it around?
I got to.
Definitely. Why?
Why? Because he's did it before.
Come on.
And he'll do it again.
Yes.
And you can do it again.
Yes. Come on here.
Come on, I better leave that alone.
Somebody calling you right now.
Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing, I better go. God's going to turn it around.
And I feel like we have to encourage the people, because so many people are just truly depressed. They're going through the holiday blues, and we want you to know that you don't have to be discouraged, but you can in fact be encouraged, because God's going to turn it around.
Turn it around.
The Lord is my shepherd, and I want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me. From glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha God got to the grave, from the grave. God's gonna turn around. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane, God got to. Oh, God got to the grave, from the grave. Back to glory. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. God's gonna turn around. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn around. God's gonna turn around. Gethsemane, the God got to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, the God got to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, the God got to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, the God got to the grave, from the grave. Dear Lord, it's me again. God's gonna turn around. I'm calling on you. You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another. Please, son, look and have mercy. Have mercy over our home, Lord. Have mercy. Have mercy. God's gonna turn around. God's gonna turn around.
Question: do either that son or your grandson smell like transmission fluid? We trying to find Ruthie a husband. You funny ladies.
Trying to find Ruthie a husband.
We trying to find Ruthie a husband.
You heard that good?
Let me ask you, Rogers, what does Ruthie need to do to find her husband?
I listen to her. Voice. I like that little passive voice she got.
Hey, she say.
I know you kind of small, ain't you?
She said you got a pension.
Huh?
She said you got a pension.
Look here, I'm coming down to the. Where you on station located at? Where y'all located?
We down here in Bronzeville. Look, this is what we gonna do. We gonna get you. We gonna do a love connection off the line. Rogers, I want to tell you, man, thank you so much for calling.
You all downtown somewhere?
Yeah, we downtown. I'm gonna put.
Y'all talking about it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get the address. I'm gonna come into y'all station one morning.
We gonna have you come down. We gonna have you and Ruthie, and we gonna have you sit
I'm
right
an early bird anyway.
Ruthie, you can be the grandmama, the great grandmama of over 110 children.
I love big families.
You know what I'm saying? 110.
WIFTVPN.
What about my love? Seems you have forgotten love. I do believe that something went wrong somewhere. What about my feelings? Do they mean anything at all? sure you wanna live. Think it over, baby. 'Cause girl, I believe. I think you just might wanna change your mind. Now that you got my love, you don't need to come around. Now that you got my love, got me standing on shaky ground.
Family, 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 family. We appreciate y'all. Nothing is cooperating with us here on this Monday afternoon, and we keep losing our visuals. But we got some backup visuals, and we got those up right now, so we'll see what that looks like. But didn't want to leave y'all in the dark any longer. Thank y'all so much for sticking around, man. Y'all could have easily been like, well, we'll catch them tomorrow or whatever. But y'all are still here, and we appreciate it. Shout out to everybody that is watching on Facebook, watching on YouTube, or wherever you may be watching from. We appreciate y'all so very, very much. If you are just tuning in, this is I Said What I Said. My name is Howard. His name is Toussaint Werner. Got the one and only Sonia Escobar in the production studio doing what she does better than anybody else does what they do.
Singing her heart out.
Singing her little face
What about
off, too.
my love?
Okay, too.
You
didn't sound terrible.
I carry a tune. You know what I'm saying? I'm light skinned, but I'm deep down. I'm dark. I told you. I keep telling you.
Singing.
I got them southern slave roots.
Down there with Boosie Mama.
Down there with Boosie.
Ooh, skull. Yeah, do that again. Hit that one again.
No, I'm tired of doing all the work. I'm tired of carrying us. Okay, guys?
I mean, it's what you do. It's what you do.
Tone.
Oh, I will say this to you, though, too. 112 is cold. Okay? All while I was riding around yesterday, 112 was blasting, and we got to like 20 tracks. 112 was just going crazy. I'll be hating on 112.
That didn't have nothing to do the other day, did huh?
I'm just trying to tell you that it was cold. 112 is cold. Y'all don't give them that credit. I think it's because y'all don't know.
No, I agree with you. They are ice cold.
Y'all just don't know how cold they are. All right, so y'all
obviously that's
y'all
what it
know Jodeci or H-Town or whoever
Who
y'all
was
like.
the main character in 112? Slim?
Slim, yeah. Q, Mike, Slim, and Duran.
Slim, Q, Mike, Q. Wait, Slim, Mike, Q, and Duran.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slim was the main lead singer, though, right?
Yeah. Shout out to my cousin Erica too. Happy birthday to Erica. Today's her birthday, but
Happy
she
birthday,
is the
Erica.
person. She was 112, crazy. Like I'm talking about nuts. She's the reason I know so much 112. Like and why I'm such a big fan of theirs too. She was crazy. But yeah, today is her birthday, so I had to
112 always
text her and
seems
say
like
happy
it
birthday.
was made for like, the generator, the far north side. Like the energy was just not my kind of energy.
Yeah. I rock with 112 heavy, man. They got some.
It seemed like they
bangers,
like
man.
girls. I didn't know who they were singing to.
Wow.
It didn't have that kind of energy.
Wow.
It didn't seem
You see
like
that line?
Yeah.
You crossed it.
He
Too
always
far.
does.
Everything we talked about, too far.
That's what
behind me.
That's what you meant when you said they make music for up north.
I'm just saying.
The generator.
It's different. You know what I'm saying?
Now that we're done, 112.
I think you could tell.
Super Jam.
I could think you could tell Jodeci like this.
Now that we're done.
I think who doesn't get the credit they deserve in regards to R&B.
112.
No.
Just can't stop thinking.
Guy might be the greatest R&B group in the last 100 years. And I think that every other R&B group after them mimicked their
Where do
whole
you come
style.
from with the stuff you be talking about, bro?
Every other R&B group after Guy stole their whole mojo. R. Kelly stole Aaron Hall's whole mojo.
Everybody builds on the prior.
No, it wasn't building. He stole his whole mojo. The man cut his head bald. He started dressing like him.
Influenced.
He was hitting notes like him. He wanted to be him. Aaron Hall was that guy. And then when you think about Teddy Riley, the
She
production,
got that vibe.
you can't get away from Guy being like the daddies of all.
Who all was Guy?
Teddy Riley, Aaron Hall, and I forget the other dude. He was just, you just had to throw
Damian Hall?
Damian Hall, yeah. You just had to throw a guy in. You know what I mean?
What was R. Kelly's group before he was just by himself?
Singing on the Train. That's what they was called.
Public announcement. Singing on the train. I'm singing on the train. I'm singing.
Did you see the comment saying I'll go with that Toussaint Werner because they see. They
appreciate you, Maison Daddy.
Mason
Mason Jackson come through and get us set up, man. We appreciate that.
Yeah, Guy was like the blueprint for every other R&B group since that time. It's not really changed since that time. Well, I don't know what's happening in R&B today because Drake would almost be R&B today, wouldn't he?
I can respect the idea of them laying the blueprint or whatever.
Just slow down and listen. This is their daddies right here singing right now. You understand me?
Oh man. Like Dr. J was the blueprint for Mike doing the reverse layup, but Mike perfected it though. You know what I mean? Like just because you was first don't mean you the best, fam. Like
let's chill. No.
You chill. You settle down, sir. Okay? I mean, that's what I want you to do. Yeah, 112.
Run that back.
112. If you want it, we can do it in the black 500 with the top down.
You know we're gonna get pulled for this.
No, it's just the instrumental.
I was hoping we cut it off, so I was saying we'll get pulled for that.
Oh, you just wanted it to stop? Gee, 112 got a catalog. I really think people just sleep on their catalog. I think they have one of the best lovemaking songs ever in a song called Sweet Love. If Sweet Love can't get you no action, nothing will get you action.
The best lovemaking song of ever. You know where that song came from? What's the first Master P movie?
No way.
No, listen.
No way. You can't be serious.
I'm so serious.
There's no chance.
What's the name of the movie?
What movie?
Master P's movie.
I Got the Hookup?
I Got the Hookup? Was that the first one?
I don't know. Where they was selling the phones, cell phones and all that?
Repo?
I think it was I Got the Hookup. I'm not sure. But you know,
him and Silk the Shocker with the cell phones?
P had about 40 movies. Bout It. It was Bout It. Go to the Bout It soundtrack.
You about to blow me right now.
And find Pushing Inside of You. That's the best love-making record ever.
So just because it got you some ass back in the day, don't make it the best.
I was like in the days. I got ass anyway. I didn't get ass to Silk the Shocker. My point is that record was the joint. That's it right there. Definitely get some action in that. I got the deep slave jeans. I like that kind of sound.
Cover art for it.
It's terrible. It's definitely the bling bling.
It's a no for me, dog.
It's definitely the Cash Money record.
It's a no for me, dog. You wildin'. You wildin'. No chance.
You're a hater. Sons of Funk. That was their name. Sons of Funk.
I thought you said F-U-C-K. I'm like, Sons of what? Okay.
I wish I could read the words. It says, "So feels damn good to me when I'm pushing inside of you." You cannot get better than that.
Oh, but you can. But you can. What is wrong with you, man?
What? You gotta respect the lyricism.
I don't actually.
You gotta respect.
It's trash, man. You want to hear lyrics?
I can feel your water.
Listen to a song. 112 got a song called Your Letter.
This is for the generator.
Listen. 112 got a song called Your Letter. Mm-hmm. One of the best written songs ever. The lyrics in there are so crazy. It has a plot twist in the middle of the song that is so dope. This song right here, Your Letter.
I'm already asleep with the intro. This sounds like church.
Such a hater.
You getting some action to the gospel?
I didn't say nothing about this being an action song. I said this was the lyric song. Sweet Love was the action song.
Oh, okay. I thought you was beating some cakes to gospel.
No, the action song is Sweet Love.
Sky Daddy would not appreciate that.
Well, let me stop. Please.
This is definitely generator music.
What is generator music? I don't even know what you mean with this generator.
It used to be a club in Chicago.
You know how I know you gay?
Get me with that one. Get me with that one. I'll give you that one.
I'm so lost. I have no idea.
What's that club over there on
Over East?
Yeah.
Forget you. I don't know. It's been there my whole life. I've never known what it was. Have no idea what it looks like on this. The pub. The Jeffrey pub.
When I go past.
Erica, happy birthday, cuz. I was just talking about you, man. Erica put me on 112.
Shout out to Erica.
Happy birthday,
for ruining your life. Happy birthday, Erica.
No, you talking about somebody who was a super fan? Like I believe she would have walked to Cali if Slim hey, come see me.
Slim didn't like girls. You can sell that in the whole.
Slim didn't like girls.
He didn't like girls. You can sell that. His whole demeanor was, I don't like girls. You know what I mean? Come on, stop it. Maybe that's why I couldn't get into the music. So this has been an all 5 o'clock hour.
That's because y'all kicked it off on today. This is you and Esco. Y'all been clowning the whole time.
whoa, Just Sutter.
Ready Rock say Q was her favorite.
Yeah, definitely doesn't like girls.
Q, Mike, Slim to
That brings up a topic of conversation.
If you are available.
The rise of the beta male.
If you are available,
yes,
this is what we're looking for.
He was singing to Bradley.
Sexy, independent, not afraid to let it go. Always confident, willing to communicate. G, you a hater, G. I swear to God, you a hater. Yes. It's your girl, Janae. Look, how you gonna say you don't like girl? In this song right here, the lyrics go, is your girl Janae home? Call her up and tell her it's about to be on. Tell her don't show if it ain't heels and thongs. Setting up the trizzy right now.
So he called his homie to ask if his girl Janae was home.
He was talking to his girl.
Sense to me.
He was talking to his girl. He said, is your girl Janae home?
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Ready Rock, you trying to say we off brand right now? Ready Rock trying to say we off brand right now.
Yeah, you know, it's got to go in energy in there. See, I couldn't even get that one out right.
Candace got a joke. Candace, if I sound good to you, just say that. It's cool, boo.
Are you singing?
Circle of trust.
You know what I mean? If you got a little excited, just say you got a little excited. It's cool.
Look at mama putting Erica's business out in the street.
Erica brought
Congratulations, Erica, on the crib, man.
Right.
Housewarming
party. Right. Where my invitation at? I need to come. I need to break the first thing. I want to break the first thing before the boys do. Anyhow.
Slim lives in Atlanta now, doesn't he?
I don't even know what that means.
Oh my goodness, great! This show has.
All right.
This show has been like this show ain't been like.
We've legitimately wasted this whole day.
It ain't been about.
I've been on
nothing.
2 hours sleep.
Me too, G. Like I've been up, like and then between being up early, not really being able to adjust over the whole weekend, and then freaking 4.5 hour flight. It was. I'm just not.
Walked in, didn't see you. He said, "Hi, I'm gone." Tonight, my diary, dear log.
I pulled up at like 2:59, but you know
we're all arguing.
Yeah, you know, like hey, you know, it just.
No, we weren't.
It just is what it is. But I'm definitely running on fumes right now. So I'm glad y'all came with this energy because I don't even know if I had the intellectual capacity to have a serious debate with you. You would have been mopping the floor with me today.
That's regular, but
that's not regular at all.
It's still all good though, man. You know, I told you before, right? What do?
You debate with your equals.
That's right.
All others, you educate.
Hey, where are the white women at?
For no reason.
Oh God.
B70, I function quite well in Cali.
Where the white women at?
Where the white women at?
That's a Cali move right there. That's the home of the interracial date.
Oh no, they was out there on the beach yesterday in they thongs and fake booties and all that. They was out there.
The white women got fake booties. Well, I guess
they do.
I guess that makes
they
sense.
do.
But in talking about white women, we can't get my camera up, can we?
You want your computer? Yeah, we up. We back rolling, man. We'll see if we got to reset it again.
We back.
But right now we rolling.
So if we can share my screen.
Let me see if we can pop it up. There we go. Whoa. First of all, okay. Who is Winston Duke?
You know, that's M'Baku from Black Panther.
Oh, okay, cool. I think somebody mentioned before as like being like super fine. As being like super fine.
Oh, we gotta get out of here.
You are not lying. Hey, at the same time, though, I'm crying. Do you see my?
Who's fine?
Oh,
I'm
God.
literally crying tears right now.
God. We gotta get out of here.
There are always two shows happening. There are always.
My God.
Like I have real tears. Like these, I'm not even. Woo. All right.
Yeah. All right. So anyway. So M'Baku, the dude from Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
Now this is a meme. I don't want to. Well, it's a meme that's been circulating because he's been picked to play.
Y'all are cutting up.
The most honorable Messiah, Marcus Garvey, right? And apparently that's his old lady. So what's my man's name? The Dr. Umar Johnson. Came down and said, I think you'd be excellent in the role of the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey.
Okay.
I fully support it. However, the preeminent prophet and king of the revolutionary Pan-African nationalism, did not approve of interracial dating. And neither do I. If this is your queen, then you should respectfully turn down the road, brother.
Of what? Of Marcus Garvey?
Mm-hmm.
Another one.
Another one.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that. I don't.
Another one.
I don't agree with that.
Another one.
Me either.
Yeah, I mean, it's Hollywood. They're acting, right? You don't have to be the person that you're portraying in the movie. Like, you know what I mean? Now, I'm with you on the conversation about having ADOS people play some of these figures when you talk about Fred Hampton and such. I get that conversation, but this idea that because he don't live his life the same exact way Marcus Garvey lives his life, you can never play Marcus Garvey. Like, fam, I'm not Marcus Garvey. I'm Winston Duke, and I gotta. They put a snow bunny. Why not just see the snow bunny? I'm just noticing that they.
I thought it was a mouse.
I'm just noticing that they actually put a snow bunny in the doggone. Hey, that's crazy. No, I don't necessarily agree with that piece. I don't think the man has to live his life the same way Marcus Garvey lived his to play him in a movie. You disagree?
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that was Marcus Garvey that married a white woman. Does it? Maybe I'm off. I know Frederick Douglass did later in life. I'm not sure if Marcus Garvey did. Huh?
Second wife, I believe.
Marcus Garvey or Frederick Douglass? Frederick Douglass for sure. I don't know about Marcus Garvey. But, you know, what I do think, though, is that, like, for example, there's a movie coming out. I just watched a movie about Billie Holiday the other day. What's the sister who played Harriet? She's also playing Aretha Franklin coming up.
Yeah, I got to watch that. I just heard about that today.
But when you put it in the context, like if you take probably the last 5, maybe even longer than that, when's Denzel's last real movie?
What do you mean?
Like, because Denzel was like the preeminent black guy.
Yeah.
Right? And then as Denzel kind of ages out, they're making room for new people.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what his last movie was. I think he had one actually like recently in the last year or so, but I think the last one I was excited about was probably Fences.
Probably Fences. So that was about a good, 5 years ago almost at least? I don't know. Probably more than that.
Not more than that, probably a little less than that. But
well, I only say that to say this. Since
little things.
Since he's kind of, you know, getting older and kind of being moved out of that black.
Yeah, it's like, who's the next person?
Who's the next person?
Yeah.
And when we start thinking about that ADOS conversation around those actors in movie roles.
It ain't them.
I went back, though, and just was kind of like, damn, they played this guy every role of a real
prominent black historian.
Of a real black historian, probably in the last 5 to 10 years, all played by Africans. Or somebody
non-ADOS.
Yeah, non-ADOS. Right? And even the conversation about like this M'Baku thing, and I'm not saying you got to embody the guy, but you are seeing a disconnect from the embodiment of the African-American experience. Right? Now, same thing, Marcus Garvey wasn't even an African-American. You know what I mean?
Right.
But his plight or the role of what brought him to prominence happened here. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Which was kind of guided by the experience.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you might not have to be him, but I would think it would help to embody the experience in some level.
Yeah, I think you got to understand that in totality. I think that a lot of good actors spend time becoming their character, but that don't mean that have to be who you was before. You know what I mean? You spend time becoming Lonzo if you're going to do Training Day, or you spend time becoming Coach Boone if you're going to do Remember the Titans, but you ain't have to be a football coach before then. You know what I mean? You didn't have to be a dirty detective before then.
It wasn't about being a football coach, though. Coach Boone, in a lot of ways, was about understanding the experience.
Right, but I'm saying, like, you didn't even have, like, if Denzel didn't even have to be a black dude, like, all that invested in overcoming the racial segregation and all the issues that was happening in the South at the time. Like, he didn't have to, you know what I mean?
Because is that a real story? That's not a real story.
I think it was actually based upon a real story. I think Coach Boone was a real person.
Yeah, but I just think, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know how you embody certain kind of characteristics. Not to say you couldn't.
Yeah.
But even in the Fred Hampton movie, you know what I mean, with the brother from England who played the role, right? Yeah. Outside of the ADOS thing, you try to manipulate
black historian.
No, when he was trying to leverage the communication style of Chicago, the Chicago accent, there was parts of the movie where I had to stop the movie and like, what did he say?
Right.
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 So if you can't even mimic, you got to embody the person, right?
Yeah.
So mindset matters. So how he heard or how he hears the Chicago accent,
Sure.
is so far off that even Chicago people
We like, what do you say?
can't understand.
You trying to talk like us? You don't stand on.
Who talks like that, fam?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where it's to a point where I have to stop it
Yeah.
and rewind it to understand it.
Yeah, no, I feel you. You
That's
should,
too much.
You should immerse yourself in. You should understand what you're doing. But that's not to say that, you know, if Denzel gonna be Frank Lucas, that he got to go sell keys for a couple years.
Not at all.
You know what I
right?
mean?
But if Denzel becomes Frank Lucas, because he has an understanding of the experience, it's easier to embody it.
Agreed.
Right? Because Frank
Agreed.
Lucas ain't all that far detached. We know
Agreed.
Frank Lucas is because we was born in the neighborhood where
Agreed.
Frank Lucas was birthed.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? I don't know if Frank Lucas exist in Ghana. I don't know if Frank Lucas, you understand, in the same context.
I follow you.
Right?
I'm with you.
So I don't know, man.
Yeah, the accent thing was definitely tough, man. I even yesterday when I was, you know, in South Central, they like, where you from? Where you say you from? Man, y'all talk. I can hear it, but I don't hear it. Obviously, I don't hear it, right? Like, I don't know. Like people like y'all in Chicago, y'all talking fast and y'all talking this. Like I don't hear. Like y'all talk funny to me. Like hey, cuz, hey, homie. Like that. All of that is funny to me, and I'm trying not to laugh because y'all just serious. But it's like, hey, cuz, hey, homie.
Hey, homie.
It sounds so exaggerated to me that I think y'all be playing. Like, hey, cuz, hey, homie, and that's how y'all really talking. It's like, okay, hey, cuz, where you say you was from? Hey, the homie say he from Chicago. Okay. And I'm trying not to laugh about this. Like, this is like y'all. That's funny to me right now, fam. But you know, they say I sound a way to them too. But whatever. They was something about this.
Frank Lucas lied. He stole Bump Johnson and Pee Wee Kirkland's lives. No, Frank Lucas was a real dude.
Frank Lucas lied.
And Pee Wee Kirkland is way after Frank Lucas.
Yeah, legend in two games like I'm Pee Wee. Pee Wee Kirkland could hoop and sell dope very well. He did both at a very, very high level.
Yeah.
Frank Lucas was a snitch. That's
Albert
ultimately.
says, my brother, you have to be fully black and have a very strong Pan-Africanist mindset before you think of playing the sacred and honorable role of Marcus Garvey, still accepting donations.
You know who could play any role?
Who?
For anywhere ever on the history of the face of this earth?
Who?
Salim Muwakil.
Anybody.
Because he's literally been there for everything. Like, did you say that he taught Brandon's father?
Somebody.
Something like that? like everywhere. Then he was like, yeah, I was also at this thing where I thought the apocalypse was happening. Like,
so not according to Bump's wife or Pee Wee. Pee Wee was younger than them.
Bumpy Johnson was older and was supposedly his mentor.
Right, he was in between them.
Bumpy was supposedly Frank's mentor, and then Pee Wee's younger than them. Like Pee Wee probably like, how old is Pee Wee Kirkland? Let's go. I would say he's probably like 60 something.
Maybe now.
Yeah, I'm saying right now.
Right.
He's like 60 something. Yeah, and Frank Lucas is like 70 something.
75?
Who? Pee Wee Kirkland is? Really? Then how old is Frank Lucas?
That's the best looking 75-year-old I've
He
seen.
looks great, but he always has, though. He's always been in great shape. You know what I mean? I'm surprised to find out that Pee Wee Kirkland is 75, though. I would have thought he was like 65. But okay. I can respect it and salute it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then how old is Frank Lucas?
Frank Lucas.
Like 78, 79?
He died in 2019. He was born in 1930.
88.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. So he died. He was 80. He would be like 90 this year. Dang. Yeah. So still significantly older. Even with Pee Wee being 75, you're 15 years older than him. That's still a bit of a thing. So, but yeah. Okay. I can dig it. You say his wife and who else? Ready Rock. Bump's wife and who else was disputing the validity of one Frank Lucas? I don't know. I just know that whomever Denzel plays, I just be believing that that's who that person was. Like Malcolm X, whoever, Coach Boone or Frank Lucas, Denzel.
And Bump was born in 1905.
Right. So he would be a lot.
The elder.
He'd be 116 this year. Yeah. 116, 90, and then 75. Okay.
Damn. 1905?
And Denzel 66.
Yeah, Ready Rock. Denzel played Frank Lucas in American Gangster. 116 for Bumpy Johnson.
Bump was 20 years older than Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Malcolm were great friends.
Yeah.
So that doesn't dispel the conversations about Frank Lucas.
No, don't put them away. Nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, he was still, like Bumpy was his mentor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they portray that in American Gangster. Bumpy dies in American Gangster, but he was an old man, and Frank Lucas was not an old man in American Gangster. So they portrayed the age difference between them in the film, and then Pee Wee Kirkland was 15 years then younger than Frank Lucas, but still not too young to where they couldn't be associated. Same way you talk about Malcolm X and Bumpy Johnson or Frank and Bumpy, not too young for them to be unassociated. I get it, but that's just kind of how it goes. That's kind of how it goes. Two.
Yeah.
When I lost it. But
so look, to the Bumpy thing and Malcolm thing, that's why I pulled that up. Because the Bumpy Johnson series is about to come back on Hulu, FX, or whatever station it's on. And in that series, they're going to get into how Bumpy was ready to go to war with the nation over Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a story that's not really often told.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I'm intrigued to see how that plays out. Because this is
how you think that'll go? Streets. I don't mean necessarily to compare the two and say who will win that thing, but I just mean Streets versus, I don't know what you would call it.
At that time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And today. At that time first.
At that time, I think at that time, well, ain't no think. I know the nation was much stronger than it is today.
Oh, sure.
Right? And, in regards to like Bump had Harlem. The nation had
the nation.
You understand what I'm saying? Like they were, multifaceted and cross state lines and they, you got to think about who the members of the nation were.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Most of them was coming home paroling from somewhere.
Street
doing
cats,
something.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it was disciplined.
They had the soldiers.
Different kind of energy.
And they had the soldiers, but they also had the unifying idea of what they wanted, right? As a collective, as an agenda. So,
but most of that was in the helms of do whatever the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says do. You know what I mean?
Which is fine.
But could have went any kind of way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Salim, is he right?
Right.
Salim.
He was there.
No. No, I feel that. What about today? Where obviously neither side of that coin is as organized or as strong as they were back then. Because certainly the street level is not as organized, as strong as it was then. And I think the same would be true of the nation.
I don't know if it's not as organized, it's not as strong. The membership isn't as heavy. You know what I mean?
One of the reasons Muhammad Ali chose to be managed by Herbert is because the NOI was challenging the Italian mob in boxing.
So that tells you what they was on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think in that regard, though, right, the nation in a lot of ways is symbolic of black masculinity. And I think a lot of what's happening on the street today is very feminine, right? And I don't want that to come off in a negative way because I don't mean it in a negative way.
You don't even mean it for women as women, right?
Yeah, I just mean the energy is very feminine. Right. So I think in a lot of instances, that's attached to some erratic behavior. But I think when that dominant masculine energy shows up, you could quell it.
Mm-hmm.
My personal opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, just not, last year, a year ago, 2 years ago, I went through Parkway with the NOI and just to see the reverence that even that still carries.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't remember what happened, but something happened. And I don't know if Q was with us or not, but I was with the NOI for sure. And I don't know how I got there. I don't know if Mr. Ishmael called me or Mr. Faircon called. I don't know what it was about. I don't even know why I was over there. I can't remember now. But something had happened in Parkway, and they asked us to go over there with the NOI. And, like, the reverence when we came through there with the NOI, it was really interesting to watch how it played out.
Nah, man, it's even the dress, the structure, or just men showing up changes things, right? But, you you see like men dressed in suits. That's a rare occasion to see in the hood. And so people like just like look like what they dressed up for. You know what I mean? And then you see a bunch of black men unified and working together for a common cause. Also rare to see in the hood. And so Shorty's gonna respond to that. Like they just are. It's the elephant analogy you give all the time, right? You know, you put that kind of presence back into the environment, and order kind of automatically restores itself. It's just a natural response to that type of energy. And so I get it. I can imagine exactly how it was, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Was there reverence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can. They honored it for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was interesting to see how it played out, man. And I've been through. I don't want to say Parkway, but I've been through other projects or with other males in other areas and other scenarios. And I think the difference is that the NOI comes with a brand attached to it, right? So everybody else kind of has to announce themselves, right? You have to build that kind of equity in the community. Sure. Where the NOI doesn't, you know,
can show up day one and
when the NOI shows up, that reverence is always there. It's already attached to their brand. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's always valid.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But it's not something that has to be rebuilt. They know who they are, and you show up with a bow tie, you know who it is. It is what it is. Or if they show up in uniform,
how powerful is that branding, right? To like, I mean, just we talk about branding and marketing and imaging all the time here. When you see a black man in a bow tie, you just kind of think he's in the nation. Whether he is or not don't really matter. But that's the first thing you think. He's like, no, I'm not a Muslim. I just got a bow tie on, right? But that type of branding to where they kind of own the bow tie for black men is a thing. Like, for real.
I like it, but see,
I don't like bow ties though.
I think I do. I rock bow ties a lot, and I often get branded with the connection to the nation. But I do got a connection to the nation. You know, I'm not in the nation, but
for sure,
I'm fully connected to the nation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I respect it, and I think again because of the brand itself, it's valid. But now there's this kind of rebranding happening in men's fashion anyway, though. So most brothers is wearing bow ties. You know what I mean? And they're giving off the Q112 energy.
See, how do you manage to get that in like that, bro?
What?
How do you manage to do that?
Is that giving off the Q112 energy?
How do you manage to bring that back into the thing?
You think they're giving off more Q112 energy? You think they're giving off more NOI energy? I mean, let's keep it a buck.
Who?
The new bow tie wearers.
New bow tie.
Because I'm going to be real with you. Like,
bow tie.
The reason I wear bow ties is like when I was a child, my dad always rocked them anyway. Right? So it just...
But you was also raised around the nation. So you also spent a lot of time with the minister, and a lot of time up at Salam, and a lot of time, you know what I mean? So like that has to be an influence on why you like bow tie.
But my daddy rocked them on, I'm fly, nigga. It is what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So just on some...
But even him, though.
But on some I'm fly, too, I'd follow my daddy lead.
Yeah.
Right? But when he would wear them, even then, it was like, oh, you must be with that how they say it? That Islam. That Muslim. You must be with that Muslim.
You must be one of them Muslims.
You must be one of the Muslims. But yes, a real bow tie.
You think you got the clip on joint over here?
Yeah, you know. but you see, you talking that, but Cats in the Nation do wear the clip-ons though, because the logic behind it is if you get in the fight, it's not gonna strangle you. You know what I mean? Pull it right on off of there.
I can dig it.
You know what I mean?
I can dig it.
But the new energy attached to those is Q112, and I don't mean that in the most negative light.
No,
what I'm saying is that it's still like it's a different kind of feminine energy too, just like the street energy. In my opinion, almost got me pushing back the straight tie.
Yeah, I'm just not a tie dude. Like I'm a suit no tie person. Like if it's required, depending on what's happening. But I'm like more often than not, I'll just go suit and without a tie. Like I'm just whatever. And so I don't know. I don't like it.
So Salim also talked about this cat named Young Pharaoh that's out of where's Benny the Butcher out of?
Benny the Butcher's from Buffalo.
So Young Pharaoh's I think out of Buffalo too.
Upstate New York.
Syracuse,
Buffalo.
Yeah, around that area. Right. And Pharaoh's getting a lot of attention online for just kind of being like this radical black voice now.
I met some cats from Albany. They was telling me about that. But anyway, go ahead.
And Salim was saying, Pharaoh pushes back on the nation, pushing back on the NOI. And there's a contingency of cats out there that's doing that. And I think they're looking to gain favor at the expense of, some of the elders and some of the movements that was built before us. And I get it. You know what I mean? Thinking about that, right? So I was having a conversation today about how negativity and how people gravitate to negativity.
That's a good point, Shock. I want to touch on that.
Becomes like the moniker in which, or the modem in which you move through social media viability, right? The more negative or the more you could go at somebody or tear something down, the more attention you seem to get. So that's what those dudes are doing. You know what I mean? It propels their growth.
Yeah.
Or their visibility. I don't want to say growth, but their visibility. You know what I mean?
No, I dig that. Shaka just made a point. He said that nonverbal communication is key. The presence is necessary, right? And I think that nonverbal communication is absolutely critical. 80% of communication is nonverbal. I mean, we pay attention to the words, but really it's the energy and everything else that goes around it. Like if I was to look at you and I'd be like, hey, I love you, and did like this, like you're going to respond to my nonverbal communication more so than my verbal communication. It just holds more weight in that way. That's why when somebody tell you yeah, but they're like turning away, it's like, nah, you don't really mean that. I think it's important, and I do think that the non-verbal communication that you get from the nation is very, very powerful. You understand it without even having to say something. You know what I mean? You kind of understand just the energy and how they move. The brothers and the sisters too, like that nonverbal communication, the presentation even, right? The style of dress, the way you move,
You're frozen again.
The posture. You are right. All of those things play a key role in it. All three of those are frozen. So let's just go back to
our camera views.
Yeah.
See, we coming through for the home team. You know what I'm saying?
We do what we can.
So page and responsive.
We do what we can. Do I have your thingy-majiggy bob though?
Thingy-majiggy bob.
Thingy-majiggy bob. That's my best Salim Wakil vocabulary impersonation. The presence is necessary, right? And I think that nonverbal communication is absolutely critical. 80% of communication is nonverbal.
You're hearing my computer.
Okay.
And
I don't
shouldn't be anymore.
I don't got your camera, though. That's crazy.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Things are weird. I had your camera at first. I'll tell you what. I have my camera. I'll put mine up while I'm trying to figure out where yours is. But we need to take a break anyhow. So let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side of the break. We'll finish up the last 30 minutes of today's very, very challenging and very, very fun and silly edition of I Said What I Said, Herb and 2 till 6. We'll be right back.
WIFTBPM.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the green side of things. It's your man, Sadiq.
And Cassiopeia.
And we need you to like,
comment,
and share
that thing
every Tuesday and Thursday from 1
to 3 p.m. on
What's in It for the Black People Media.
Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at the Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning.
Our Attorney General, Kwame Raoul.
I have reached out to the Hospital Association and the Med Society to talk about how proactively we can talk about implicit bias in healthcare and begin to address the situation system-wide, because I've also simultaneously directed my civil rights team to begin to look at that and look at ways that it may have manifested itself. We've done so historically with regards to the nursing home industry, where you've had some nursing home owners that staff disparately. So if they're in a black community, they won't have much staff as they will in a white community. We've taken that on from a civil rights standpoint, and we're prepared to take on other instances of implicit bias in healthcare.
Utilizing your office to investigate civil rights and healthcare as a civil rights issue. That's actually pretty powerful, and it demonstrates how we have to be working in coordinated efforts with our elected officials in places and positions of power.
Greetings, family. I am Salim Muwakil, and I welcome you to Muwakil's World. I'm going to chop it up with Dr. Lance Williams, professor at Jacob Carruthers Center for Inner City Studies, and one of the most knowledgeable scholars of Chicago's street organizations.
During the doo-wop era, you wouldn't be doing no doo-wop about what you was doing in the street. That was improper. What made rap so unique was that for the first time, this is how we actually are living, especially at the bottom. So what happens is it becomes so popular because it's so raw. And ultimately, rappers realize that this is what sells, and this is what the industry wants. So even guys who don't authentically have those experiences, and young women, are rapping about it and having success. And after years of now this happening, it becomes known that, hey, this dude ain't really no real gangster. You know, this is a studio gangster. And what it did was music lost credibility because people thought they were listening to real gangsters rap. The sales of the music, which basically was being consumed by white suburban youth, this was their way of, it was a voyeuristic way of experiencing the hood, which they've always been fascinated with, without actually putting your life in danger. So you can listen to it, but once they found out, oh, these dudes ain't real, then even they stopped buying it. What's going on in the streets today? Because what the industry did was they realized, hey, the studio gangster thing ain't gonna work. So guess what? Let's go get some real gangsters that got the real credibility. But you know, when Chief Keef and these guys, so what we have expressed in the music scene today, when you deal with either, you know, trap down stuff, but particularly drill music is the hot music. That's right. Nationally, right? And internationally. And internationally, right? Which started right here on 63rd. O-Block. Okay, O-Block. So it's a shooting culture. So that's what they're rapping about. And that's what is hot, right? And so we saw the tragedy.
Fratricide is hot.
Yeah, that's what the tragedy of King Von, right? Of him, you know, he's a real dude. Now what happens is, because that's the model of success, everybody is following that. So everybody wants to be a shooter now. And what it's doing is it's driving a lot of the violence. In any culture, your music and your entertainment is a part of your cultural expression. So whenever you can have an extended period of time of a particular type of music that's having influence, it becomes a part of your culture. That's what Kwabena is saying in terms of his activism. I'm saying basically these radio stations are helping to produce a culture that's leading to the death and destruction of the black community so that they could sell, commodify, you know, their merch, right? But, you know, we losing a lot of little brothers and sisters in the streets because of the way they think about things, how they see themselves, which they get from the music. Now, people are like, well, that's crazy that they're being influenced by music. They should be influenced by the values of their families. Ideally, yes, but the reality of the society that we live in is who has the biggest voice. And we know the media is the biggest voice in terms of ideals in the society that we live in.
If that fratricidal motif is being absorbed primarily by white listeners, who's the primary audience, yes, why aren't they exhibiting this kind of behavior?
Because, first of all, it's not their identity.
WISTVPN. Live from What's in It for the Black Media Studio. You're listening to I Said What I Said.
Wait, what did you say?
I said you're listening to I Said What I Said.
I just said that.
I know you just said that.
That's what I just said.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Exactly what he just said.
With Herb Howard and Toussaint Werner.
That's about one of the nicest things you ever said.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
What is happening, good people? We are back. We are live from inside the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios alongside Toussaint Werner. My name is Herb Howard in the production studio doing all of the hard work behind the scenes. Is Sco. Sco, you good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Sco be back there hanging out with May's cousin, man, in the studio.
No, not at all. I work. Not.
See how she just lost her thought real fast? I will say this, though, Sco.
Yes, sir.
In honor of all of your phenomenal work, March is...
My birthday. Yes, the 31st.
It is. But it's also Women's History Month.
Pisces? You're Pisces?
She's an Aries.
Aries.
Aries gang. Yes, we do. Aries gang.
Y'all run what?
Everything.
What is it? What is the disc that y'all run?
Everything.
Okay.
Yeah, all of it.
You know that in the astrological chart,
The Aries are first. Yes, we do know that.
Aries are the babies of the astrological
We
chart.
are first is what we are.
Pick up on everything very fast.
First. Yes, we do.
Good as shit.
Can't get anything
You have
by us.
Zero follow through.
Can't get nothing by us.
I'm just saying what it says in the chart.
Well, that's not all that inaccurate. I got to force myself to stick with stuff. I be like, yeah, I come with a great idea. And like,
I'm
okay,
a great starter.
let me see this thing through.
Horrible Fincher.
But you know what we are? We're great leaders. And so we understand what our limitations are. We surround ourselves with other people who are capable
Great
of.
leaders would be able to finish. I'm just saying.
Nah. Good leaders surround themselves with smart people. Let those people go to work and you look like a genius.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what that is.
On Larry Bernard.
On Larry Bernard. Hopefully. Women's History Month.
Yes. Salute to the women's.
Salute to the women's is.
There's a month for everything, isn't it?
There is a day for everything now. It's like International Pie Day, International Sibling Day,
Steak and BJ Day.
Yeah, that's weird too.
Friday.
That's weird. Is that this Friday?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know it's a day though.
I don't eat steak
or get BJ's. I don't understand how you always manage to smoke.
Peanut Butter Lover Day.
How do you always manage to smoke those people? You jumped out your way to smoke them on no.
I didn't smoke nobody. I was just telling you about this.
I said, do you know when National Steak and BJ Day is? You said no, because I don't eat steak. And I also don't give.
You're doing a Sadiq thing.
What?
The Sadiq.
Oh.
It's Peanut Butter Day.
Thought you was taking shots at Sadiq too. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Yeah, I don't know when that is. What you say? What day, Esco?
I think peanut butter.
That's today?
Day, I believe so.
Yes, it's always a day.
What's the day?
3/14 is steak and BJ Day. It's weird. That's just weird to me. Like, but it does go to say how seldom are guys getting steaks and fellatio.
Disgusting.
How rarely do we get fillets and fellatio?
Means? Oh my gosh.
That's disgusting. That you have to have a designated
that's
day.
Sick.
You know what I'm saying?
Sick.
You got to designate one day out of the year for you to get a fillet and fellatio combo.
Game up, fellas.
Somebody got to step there. Like,
no, fellas, leave her. Leave that woman. Leave that woman.
Like,
so celebrating Women's Month, though.
Yes, that's right. That's how we're gonna celebrate Women's Month.
Fillets and fellatio. Good job.
Call that Friday through Friday.
We honor Monica Lewinsky. Oh, that's not funny, but it is. What? I don't even want to know what that is. Oh, sizzling. It's the sizzle from the fillet.
You've never had steak?
No, I am well taken care of.
Candace says it's called Tuesday. I agree.
Yeah, it should be called Tuesday.
And Wednesday.
And
Thursday.
And any day that ends in Y. Any day of the week that ends in Y is a great day for some fellatio. Cutlets and cunnilingus. There you go. Celine, hook the ladies up too. Cutlets and cunnilingus.
Bless their hearts.
There we go. There we go. No meat, glue. Me.
I like this record. What's this, Esco?
Honeycomb. Y'all don't have to stop talking.
No, we listen to the message.
Listen to the record. I didn't know the record. I wasn't hip. I like that.
I dig it. No, I dig it.
Want it?
Okay, let's go.
No more for you. No more steak for you.
And it's a wrap.
No more steak for you. Meat glue. I'm gonna leave that alone because that takes me to a weird place.
That's very slim from 112ish.
This show.
So it's Women's History Month.
This show has been interesting.
This is not going good at all. It's
Oh,
going good though. It's actually fun.
We got a mic back. I mean, we got a carry back. That one right there.
Okay. Well, salam alaikum.
Yeah, but I don't want to pull it up because
That's why I wanted you to put it up. I was going to wait till you put it up. I wasn't going to move.
I don't care that it's doing
That's
it.
right,
I mean,
that's
merely
so-
for the view.
Let it rock.
Not sure how well it goes with Beyond Meat. Well, let's find out. Okay. You be a good lip singer.
No more.
Yeah, your whole light skin come out when you lip sing, boy.
Right. Do it.
I feel like you drop. I feel like you might drop to your knees with one of these.
I
Like,
do it all. I do it all.
feel like you might just drop to your
Flashback.
knees. Like, that is hilarious.
Like when you go down the mountain, right?
You know what I'm saying? Throw the water on me. Bust out my shirt. You know what I'm
Right? Oh my goodness gracious!
Can't do it like that though.
Let's go. Do not do that again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do not do that
I
again.
didn't do
I wish
anything.
the cameras on.
I wish
so
our
we
cameras
can-
on right
didn't do
now
anything.
because
I
what she
swear to
just
God.
did
That
was
was
so
very
steak and
slim.
BJ worthy. That was not the first time you've done that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh God,
Yeah.
we should have had the camera on Esco for that one. That
Wow.
was
The
classic.
network was having an issue.
Wow.
That was classic material right
Did you
there.
see that?
I saw it. I can't unsee it.
If I could comfortably demonstrate it for y'all, I would, but I cannot.
Can't do that one.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about. Her. What are you talking about?
Wow. Okay, Sko.
Yes, Boosie, that's pushing this. See, Boosie from the East Boogie. She know them the most South Southern lyrics. Deeper inside.
Two turn high yellow real quick. Two lip syncing, baby hair. Yeah, that definitely took him back to college. That was his go-to. Whenever somebody came to his door, he would put that on. Ooh.
That was like later in college.
Did you have like a sex playlist? Like a playlist that you put on when it was time? You like
I ain't all that sensitive like that.
No, not all the time. I'm not saying you always got to beat to music, but I'm saying sometimes when you're trying to set, did you have a preset list?
I probably had some music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
got
had one.
You got it.
Yeah.
Huh? Sko, I thought Bella was like Immaculate Conception.
Well, you know, adoption matters.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I think it was
romantic.
like two songs off this whatever crunk
Had to do
Lil
it.
Jon and Friends album that was both on my sex playlist. I can't remember what the two songs were, but I know for sure it was two. This might have been one.
Lovers and Friends. That was on the Lil Jon
Yeah.
thing. I didn't know that.
That might have been one. And then it was another one. I can't remember what the other song was from that album that was definitely worthy of being on the list. That used to be in rotation. Shout out to
Usher got
shout out to Schneider Hall at
the
SIU.
Usher, Confessions
From 14,
album
15.
This is my favorite though, right here.
You can run that all the way through.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The Usher and the R. Kelly.
It's only a few albums. TP2.com.
Yeah,
You can play that all the way through.
But you can run that all the way through.
All the way through. TP2.com. You never have to
Can.
stop, skip, nothing. That album, the Confessions album is also one.
Mm-hmm.
Get Rich or Die Trying is another one for me.
Not for me.
Get Rich or Die Trying?
Not for me.
There may be one song on there that I don't like.
In regards to rap, run all the way through.
Just any albums, period. It's only like 5 I can name.
In regards to rap,
TP2.com,
for
Get
me,
Rich or Die
Reasonable
Trying,
Doubt is
Blueprint.
one. Reasonable Doubt is a run all the way through for me. And Souls of Mischief 93 to Infinity was a run all the way through. Other than that, I don't even think I got no whole hip hop just to run all the way through.
Blueprint for me for sure. And that's understanding that you no longer listen to the singles. So I'm not gonna go back like when I listen to Blueprint now, I'm not gonna listen to like girl like nobody wants. I heard it 17,000 million times on the radio. You know what I mean? So no, I don't listen to those no more. But when it came out, it was a song. Yeah, Blueprint all the way through for sure.
Steve said he had a 6-hour VHS tape.
A 6-hour
all
joint.
slow music on it in college.
Yeah, man.
He
The
just let that play
diary.
out month. He didn't need a. That was the one.
Put it in the VCI.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
can
stuck
rock that
in
out
there.
for the whole month.
Yeah, you get your whole rotation in there.
Yeah, that might be the whole year. You
Yeah,
got
you-
6
you-
hours. What you do with that?
Scarface the diary.
It is a VHS thing.
That's all you need.
You can't. You got to rewind that whole joint back in them days. It wasn't like stop and start.
Hey, man, enough cunnilingus, you could stretch the evening out. Man.
Yeah, I'm straight on 6 hours. That's lockjaw. The Black Album, I ain't going.
That's lockjaw.
That wasn't for me.
No, Black Album was fire too, though.
It's Women History Month, and we got like 18 minutes left, 17 minutes left.
Give me 3.
Let's celebrate some women who was influential to you.
All right, to me,
you go 1, I go 1. Then we go if we're going 3.
Lori Ann Howard.
Lori Ann Howard, that's a good one. That's a beautiful one.
Lori Ann Howard would be number 1.
Well, number 1 for me would be Gwendolyn Werner, which is not my mother, but my grandmother. Would be definitely Gwendolyn Werner.
Number 2 for me would be Miss Chavis, my 7th and 8th grade teacher at Bryn Mawr.
Miss Chavis. Well,
who recently passed like 2 months ago. I was telling my homeboy about that yesterday when I ran into him in L.A. But Miss Chavis, man, she was so influential on all of us. I mean, I wasn't a bad kid. I'm just silly or whatever, but I wasn't a bad kid, but I grew up with a lot of kids who were like really were bad kids, and Miss Chavis was like everything that we needed. Like she was who we had to have, man. So shout out to definitely Miss Chavis. She is I would probably put her number 2 influential woman in my personal life.
Well, I was definitely a bad kid, and it's interesting. My number 2 would probably be. It's phases of my life. My grandma was definitely, if we just doing like family members right now. First, for sure, my grandmother was number 1, and then my Aunt Toy was number 2. And Aunt Toy is funny. She's not that much older than me. She's like maybe 16, 17 years older than me. You know what I mean? But my dad's sister. But she serves as, specifically now, she serves as the most motherly figure in my life. You know what I mean? Aunt Toy would be number 2, solid.
Number 3. Number 3. It's tight. It starts to get, muddled between, a few people at that point. I don't know. I don't know who number 3 would be for me. Most influential woman in my life, or in my personal life that I knew personally and knew well, that poured into me in a particular way. I don't know who number 3 would be for real. I could say some people, and I would genuinely mean, I appreciate the influence they had, but I don't know that I can clearly identify who number 3 would be.
Phases in my life.
Yeah.
Phases is different.
Yeah, different phase. Now, as I progress older, then I could refer to a lot of people. I could refer to my ex-wife as being influential. I could refer to my mother-in-law, my grandma, who isn't really my grandma, but she's always been that for me since I was, 5 or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, but different phases. I could refer to different people. Sure.
I guess I'm starting at the beginning of my life. My grandmother, my aunt, and my sister, hands down. Later in my life, my mother, my wife, my daughter, and we can get into other stuff down the line in the week. Like to outside of just our family, but maybe we need to do something about that. I talked to Keisha earlier today too.
Yeah.
Because she's doing the Women History series, and maybe we have her come on and talk about some of the unsung heroes in women's history. It's funny, on some little Salim shit, like I kind of had this very, very, I didn't recognize it at the time, and I'm kind of jaded because of the experiences I've had. But I went on a tour one summer because I had a job with Burrell Public Relations, Tom Burrell. And there was this thing, and I'm a young boy, right? And they fly me around the country. And there was this thing called the Procter & Gamble Black Family Reunion. And during that tour, they would have a host of celebrities performing in every site. L.A. would have these cats. New York might have these cats. And they legitimately paid for me to fly around this country and work for them at the time, because I had done it for like a few years in Chicago, and really they came to need me. You know what I mean? Because I knew how to do certain things that they just couldn't find people in certain states to do for a weekend. Right? So that for 3 summers of my life, I'd be on the road on these trips with In Vogue, Dick Gregory.
Oh, that's fire.
Dorothy Height.
Yeah.
Right. So when you start thinking about Women's History Month and who Dorothy Height was, she was a giant in the black community. You know what I mean? At the time, I didn't have no reference point for who Dorothy Height was, right? And she served as a grandmotherly kind of figure to me. You know what I mean? So I would come and she would be treating me like my grandma, come your little goof ass. You know what I'm saying? That kind. It was
what you need.
It was definitely that kind of energy.
That's the energy you need.
But
the authenticity.
But when you think about who Dorothy Height was, imagine that. You know what I mean? This woman was a historic woman in our community and in our plight, and she was treating me like the little dude who was running away stealing from the candy store. You know what I mean? Even Dick Gregory, for that matter. I had conversations with Dick Gregory. Still didn't have no reference point to, he was just the old nigga to me. It didn't matter to me who he was.
Wow.
That sounds crazy.
That's terrible. But I get your mindset at the point. I mean, at that time, I get it.
But it was also dope because I didn't come to them in that manner. My relationships with them wasn't built on their fame or celebrity. It's built on the genuineness of the role that they was playing in my life per that summer or those summers. You know what I mean? Which was super dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Boosie just said something hilarious. She said she's going to go ask her husband this question right now and see how long it takes him down the list to get to her. The wrong answer is going to get him sleeping in the car tonight.
See, women do that. That's why I said phases in my
Let's
life.
play a game.
Phases in my life. That's in my later life. My
Right. Gotta get to those points.
This is a true story.
But go ahead.
Real quick, true story. My daddy was dying of cancer. Right? Had invented the DuSable Museum to honor my father before he passed away. This is my father's event, and I did a speech about my father. I got off stage, people was crying. It was a big deal.
Right.
Hour later, my mama finds me. She said, "Well, you ain't mentioned me." It's my daddy's event.
Don't matter. You got to get them in, fam. You got to get them in. In your mother's eyes, you should not be able to tell the story of your father without mentioning her.
Boosie said, "Fuck a face."
Fuck a face.
I'm the queen, and I'm staking my claim. Boy,
Yeah.
see, that's why they love capitalism. Ownership works for them.
Hey, it works out. I said top 3. Okay, not different phases. Top 3, period. Where am I at in the list? I get it.
You have more than 3?
No, I'm just saying that Boosie said, "Who is your top 3?"
She can't be outside the top 3.
If she ain't in his top 3, he's sleeping in the car, not on the couch. In the car, he got to go outside. No, I think 3 is good. I think 3 is pretty good about where I would probably it's probably why I would throw Shanita at. She influenced me in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dope times, a lot of growing up and different shit. So for sure, 3 is about a good spot for her. Nicole says, "Salute to all the amazing, intelligent women of Izwiz," and that is very, very real. I'm actually in the middle of responding, but I think it's y'all influence me every single day. The energy y'all bring, the comments y'all bring, the perspective that y'all bring to different conversations that we be having. Y'all influence me in a way that is very, very real. I constantly find myself considering y'all in my everyday regular life. I'm doing stuff or I'm thinking about stuff and it's what would they say? You know what I mean? How would they come at this? What would Nicole say about this? What would Ready Rock say about that? You know what I'm saying? How would Shannon make fun of me for this? You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
I know you don't. You consider one person when you're thinking about when you're considering anything. What would 2 do?
What would Jesus say?
2, what would we say about this? I don't know. What would we say about this?
Hey, what do you think about this? Well, see, too. This is what I was thinking. Listen, God. What's up, God?
Listen, God. Oh, something's wrong with you.
Wait till we bring this dude on. Oh, my God. I think we need to have him in studio, G. He's hilarious. When he breaks down the Bible with the way that he uses Mythical Sky Daddy and the word nigga interchangeably, it's awesome. Oh, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome. Mm-hmm. Nah, I'm looking forward to having that conversation. I like people who can have conversations about spirituality on a real level. I was listening to a bunch of comedians, on the plane this morning. Just listening to different comedians talk, George Carlin, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, a bunch of different ones. And for some reason, and they was just on random play, and for some reason they kept playing different skits about like religion and Christianity and Jesus and like some dude, I don't even know who this comedian was, some white dude, but he was like, he was talking about Jesus' superpowers and how weird they are. Like Jesus like took like a couple pieces of fish and then turned into a bunch of food. He's like, what kind of? He's like, do you think that he could run with like superheroes of the day? Like, hey, can I hang with y'all superheroes? Something like Batman and Superman, all that. And they was like, let me see. When was the last time? He was like, hey y'all, remember that time we was battling? We defeated Magneto, and all of a sudden we needed like 1,500 sandwiches. He's like, yeah, me neither. Nah, we good, fam. We good. He's like, try to Avengers or something. They let anybody roll with them. He's like, they got somebody with like a bow and arrow or something. Like, you can go hang with them. You know, stuff be funny, man. I appreciate, like, you got to be able to laugh, man. No, Herb, don't blame your shenanigans on us. Oh, come on. Come on. Y'all influence me to make terrible decisions all the time. I make terrible decisions on my own.
Callie has changed you. There, I said it.
I'll tell you what, it did change.
It's the white women's.
Tell you what, it did change. I ain't spending no more winters in Chicago. It's up. That's
a wrap.
It's just not smart. It's just
I'm
not
getting there.
Smart. As I was out there yesterday with shorts on, and taking my picture. Y'all should go to my Instagram page and see my Nipsey Hussle picture. It's a pretty cool shot. Go to my Instagram page. It's H2ENT at H2.
H the number 2 ENT.
Yeah, H the number 2 ENT. Go to my Instagram page and check out
neighborhood
Nip, man. I had the rep one time for Nip, man. Nip is, I don't know, man. He moved me in a way that very few people move me, man. Like for real, Nip. Something about that dude's energy, and you can't convince me that he died based off of petty street beef. Like,
Nip was a Leo.
They came and got that dude. His energy was different. You talking about a dude who's talking about uniting the Bloods and Crips in L.A. and then being able to, if you can do that in L.A., then he's going to be able to duplicate that. Like we were just talking about, you got the same gangs way on the East Coast now. If he can do that in L.A., he's going to be able to duplicate that over and over again. He had the energy, the charisma, and the authenticity to do it, and they came and got him. They came. That's what I think. Now, did they use the dude? I'm not saying that dude didn't pull the trigger, but that dude got out of jail like right before then. And they made him an offer he couldn't refuse. Like, you're going to get out here and you're going to go do this. I don't know the
details of that story. Like, it was getting so confusing. I stopped tuning.
Yeah, it always gets confusing when the truth is being hidden.
Yeah, I'm sure. So, to that same vein, though, right? I was watching the Billie Holiday
cops
joint.
were.
I was watching the Billie Holiday joint. Like, we don't give whiteness its just due.
H3ENT.
Like, think about the Fred Hampton story, right? And he was like, no, jail's not good enough. We need to do something more than that. Jail's not good enough. We need to kill him. That's
got to be final.
What Hoover said, right? Yeah. In the Billie Holiday story, right? This woman's life story was fucked up, right? Mama pimped her out to be prostituted at like 6. You know what I mean? Her whole relationship with men was like toxic as shit. Like, she couldn't even be around a man who wasn't whooping her ass. Like, she couldn't do it. You know, that's where she felt comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Heroin addicted. Shit was fucked up. She made the song Black Bodies Swaying in the Southern Breeze. And the FBI didn't want her singing that song. They sent her to jail for a year for singing that song.
Really?
And then the entirety of the rest of her career, they harassed her and followed her and tried to lock her ass up again for that song, for writing a goddamn song, G. They made her life hell. Like, we don't give white folks or whiteness the credit it's due. Like, the levels of caucasity, like Candace said, caucasity in that movie was just next level.
Yeah.
It was wild.
I gotta watch it. Looking forward to checking that out for real. It's on Hulu, right? Yeah. I just heard about it today. So definitely looking forward to watching that. Steve, something's wrong with you, man. Like, talking about I had no idea that Herb was in Cali Friday. Wondering how much the box was there because I'm sure it was higher than $40.
Jack in the Box?
Somebody be Jack in the Box. I have no idea, Steve.
Strange Fruit.
That is not really, you know.
That was the name of the song. I'm sorry, I said Black Body. That was the lyric.
Oh yeah, they all came through. Catrice, Salim, Dez came through with the Strange Fruit. Yeah, I have no idea about that, Steve. It's not really my lane. It's not really.
I would assume they got $40 box in LA too.
Yeah, I mean economics is the same.
It's the same. Black people pour all around the world, Steve.
Gas was like $4.50
now,
though.
If you want some of that exclusive, and I don't want to even say exclusive because I don't even view it as being exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
But what's that? The box that everybody seems to like. What's the Kim Kardashian? What's her nationality?
Armenian.
Armenian. You want some of the Armenian box? You might have to pay $80.
Foreign.
Pay for it?
Man, you're a smooth 80.
Silly.
You know what I'm saying? It is silly. I don't understand it. But
who would do that?
I
would do that. Who would do that?
I don't know. Now, you know, spend money and, whatever, but this is direct transaction. I can't see that.
I can understand it though. I get it how it would make life easier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. We'll see. I'll be trying to get flued out. Anyway, we are done right there. We're going to leave it right there for today, man. Listen, thank y'all so really, really. We appreciate y'all sticking through with us today as we dealt with complication after complication. Y'all hung out with us and y'all stayed. And we appreciate y'all so very, very much for doing that here on this Monday. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope your week is off to a good start. Happy March, y'all. 2021 is moving. I could get it for the 65.
I don't want to read into that statement.
I'm gonna leave it alone because I
don't want to read into that statement because I got something, but I'm gonna leave it be.
I always got quick, witty. I
will leave it be.
Boosie, I love you. So I'm just gonna let you have that one and not mess with you.
You gotta let that one slide.
We finna slide up out of here, man. We'll be back here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Make sure y'all get up early. Hang out at the Maze Jackson Show. Stick around for the Book of Dawn and then Minding Our Own Black Business with Tennille before hopping on the green side of things with Sadiq and Cassie. Before me and two are back here, same time, same place tomorrow for the one and only Sonia Escobar, for the incomparable Toussaint Werner. My name is Herb Howard. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Until then, y'all be good to each other. Peace.
WI